Mm, 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 mm. Hello. Um, did I have fun in Japan? Yes. Too much fun? Probably. VOD review? Not really. I'm literally just watching some matches that I didn't get to watch during like whenever, just because I'm like curious, just because I needed something to put on in the background because I don't feel like watching anything I did. So yeah. Hi, Bonan, thank you for the tier one. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm like really tired, like really tired, like super tired. Um, but I did want to do this, and if I can show you, like this calendar. Why am I streaming? Because I really wanted to. Like I literally said it before I even got here. I was like, I will do this. The fuck? Hope this doesn't pull up like anything like okay. Um can we like bitch I just wanna hello? Month? Okay, there we go. So like I literally I literally went to Japan this day, but I left on this day, right? Like this Friday right here. I to go to like the Oklahoma tournament. So I left on the 14th, 15th. Wait, no. What is wrong with me? The 21st, 21st, 21st. I left on the 21st and then I went with Lima to like a tournament. And then I came all the way back here, stayed with Lima. Then we flew to Canada so we could fly to Japan. And then we stayed in this like hostel for literally all these days in Japan. And then we fly home this day. I got to Canada, had to stay in Canada for a day, then fly to Dallas. And then I land in Dallas on Thursday night, literally do my laundry in Lima's house, and then get in a car because Lima cancels going to LTC because he gets sick. And then like yeah, I had to get in a different carpool, drive down, go to LTC, be an actual zombie because like the sleep schedule was reversed, play, and then like I have a whole like story about like what happened to my freaking controller. Like, thanks special the Prime sub. So then, so like I don't even want to watch like anything from like Japan or like here because it was just so struggle. So it turns out like most of my Japan trip, some of you might have seen my Twitter post. There was something wrong with my controller the entire time, and usually like I can say when something's wrong, but it was such a like like special like problem wrong with it, and I was just like I had no precision the entire time. I was literally like, what? Am I just bad? Because I sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'm just bad because I'm just like I can't fast fall, I can't do anything, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Because I have like a hand problem. So like sometimes I like wake up with different like variations of swelling and I'm like and there's different amounts of like lag in my like brain to hand connection. So sometimes I just mess things up and I'm just like, okay, sure. But like I thought I was just like bad with my like swelling and stuff like that. But it turns out after we opened it and I just kept flicking it and there's like a breaking noise in my stick, like my stick was actually fucked the entire time. And I was just like, okay, okay. So then I'm in Japan and I have them like change it and I'm like, grateful that they tried and all, but like it turns out they actually fucked it. Because I don't know if anyone saw LTC when my controller actually started breaking, it actually broke. Like it kept like doing it. And it was like one of the ones where it's like I recalibrate it, I play with it, and then it like in 2 matches or so, or like almost like maybe 5 or 7, it just breaks again. And it turns out they didn't like when they changed my stick box, the Japanese people who changed my stick box, like low key like fucked me. I'm not gonna lie. Because I showed it to like the table of modders at the like LTC and they opened it and they were like, what the fuck is this? Because basically it's like when you change a car battery but you don't strap it down. And then like every time you hit a fucking speed bump, it like my car did this actually, so I'm just using this as an example. It like hits the roof and it like says, oh, voltage problem, and it just starts buzzing out. Which basically my stick box was not like screwed in like it should be. So like as I'm moving my stick, it starts sliding like the actual box, and then like it kept getting stuck, which is what was happening. So my controller kept breaking. So like if I even pull up me versus Syrup, literally I couldn't move to the right at some point in the match. Like it just started happening mid game too, and I just like lost, and I was like, okay. I don't. So like, and that was because I had them change my thing in Japan, and I was just like, okay. And I was just so lucky that person who gave me their controller, like one of the controllers I tried, was just like good enough for me. But like I don't know. I don't even feel like watching like all these tournaments because it was literally so struggle bus. Like literally so struggle bus. Thank you, Sellers, for the tier 1. I just like I don't know. And then like I just play like shit when like I can't like do what I want to. When I can't input what I want to, I just start doing like the worst things ever because I'm just like nothing even makes sense to me anymore. Um yeah, no. But I mean, I still learned from Japan even though I couldn't fucking do what I wanted to. It was definitely interesting. It's not like they do anything new. It's just like refined. I feel like I tweeted about it being like industrialized, but I never like explained it. But it's just like industrial in like a different way. Like people don't really understand um like what that means per se. Have I got it sorted for BLBC? So I just went today to my controller person's place. And we actually just like my controller looks the same. We took out the buttons. So it's like I have my same buttons and stuff, so it feels the same. And we just put it in a completely new board and like everything. And I was trying it and it's good. It should be good. Like all the things are changed and everything's like different. So like the only things that are the same are the buttons, which are not like even like my button's not gonna be wrong, so it should be fine. It should be fine, I guess. Which is like I'm happy because it's like a lot of anxiety not having a controller properly or whatever like that. So yeah, it should be good for BLBC, and this feels really good, so I should be good. The other problem is though, the reason why I'm streaming and I like actually refuse to play right now, even if anyone wanted me to play, my fingers blew up yesterday from like the recoil of LTC, so like I can't do nothing right now. So I'm just sitting here, and that's why I was like, oh, well, let me just talk because I can't fucking do anything else. So, um, wow, Kodak, 3 years. Thank you so much. I feel bad because I've been gone for like 3 weeks and I haven't even been able to stream or like do anything like that. But, Slugger, thank you for the prime. Vent it out. I'm just here to speak. I don't even know what my purpose is here right now. Like I'm just fucking speaking. I was just so like okay. So what I would say, for Japan, they just like I don't know. So at some point when I was playing them, it's interesting because like it made sense when someone said to me like the whole like online thing they have. Apparently, like people don't go to tournaments unless you have like a certain score that like they play well into and they think they can do well. Like no one just goes to like, oh, I'm just gonna go like that, like how we do in America. It's just like you go if you're like for real at this point. Like you better be serious. Um, and like that's why like it's just so much more condensed with the people that like you're competing with, that it was just so much more like intense for some reason for like every opponent to be like a little more like annoying. And then the way they run the schedule was probably the biggest difference for me. They compress the schedules like way harder, which is honestly like I don't mind it. I'm just not used to it at all. Cause like typically like if you do like a major at like America, it's like 3 days and it's pretty like spread out or whatever like that. And then they always do this like stream thing. So it's just like if you're playing and you're getting further, you're gonna have like a long wait to get on the stream. Because they just queue you up for it and like you get stuck there forever. But like they do a lot of stuff off stream. They do like honestly a lot of best of threes and they like just play like you just play like there's not a lot of waiting, so it's just like weird because if you're like me and you need like prep time for people to like make a little plan or something like that, it doesn't really do well for people who need prep time, which is like different, which I feel like people don't think about that when like it comes to like top play. It's like if you need prep time, like there's certain formats that are better and worse for you, whereas like if you use prep time, summit like invitational type events are really good for you. And then like normal brackets a little worse, and then like I feel like the Japan bracket the way they run it is like actually so bad for you because you kind of just have to like go, like you just go and go and go, you just never stop. um Especially because like Meisuma literally 512 people 1 day, and then like Kagaribi is like over 1,000 something whatever like that 2 days. um so like you just play. um I have no other way of like describing that, but it's just a lot to deal with. Um, and then the other thing is that like when I was playing people, at some point I realized like the logic people were playing with was like to my understanding of like old Japanese play from before, like I went over and I was like, okay, that's fine and all. But like at some point I was like thinking about their like processing like during the match of their like split second decision making. And it was very like it felt very familiar to me. And at some point, I was like, oh, I kind of have to fight these people like I'm fighting myself. Because if I like, I always have this like mind's eye thing where like I don't like know how to do things unless I like practice them with my own hands for like a lot of time. So I'm not good at like playing random and stuff like that because like I can tell you be like, oh, you should do this when you're playing this character and like that's how you do this and like I know what it looks like, but I can't like do it unless I practice things a lot. That's just how I am with like anything. I'm just like a doer. Um, but yeah, like these people were playing, and I like reversed it in my head to think about it, and I was like, oh, I guess like if I was me, like if I was that character, I would do this too, and I would just like do that over and over and be like, yeah, that's the thing to do. Um, and that's kind of just how people operated. I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then I was like, okay, well, this makes a lot of sense, but they just make it really like annoying to interact with. Um, and then like everything like about me watching Yumeki from afar like just made sense suddenly. I was like, oh, I really understand why Yumeki plays like this now because like he doesn't even try to like like microspace with these people or anything like that. Um, he just like tries to like stuff them out before they even like get a chance, and in that way he uses the character like completely different from me. Because he doesn't even want to give you a chance to like do anything, whereas like I'm just like I'm gonna like do something to beat this specifically. But um yeah, no, it's not like I don't know, because the thing about Yumeki's playstyle that I understand now is just like I understand why he plays it versus Japanese people like that. And I even said to Lima before we went overseas, I was like, my playstyle struggles against like how they play, and I said that. But the thing is that's interesting is just like my playstyle does better against like like specifically like the Mexican style of playing, and I don't think Yumekis would do good against that, which is like what I like think, and I just don't. I want to see Yumeki like play them and see like what he would do or like if he would switch it up. Um, because like specifically like my microspacing is what does me so well against like those Mexican players. So I don't really know. Um and then the other thing is everyone just plays really like I was gonna play this in the background. I forgot. Everyone just plays really like they just understand the game, and like I feel like it's a big difference because like I'm sure people like if you're here you probably like have watched my like how to win video or whatever like that. So like me saying that in the US is like a big deal, and it's like a thing. There's like people are like, "Oh my god, like wow, this is a problem." Or like this is new or this is whatever, right? But like what I mean when I say Japan is industrialized in terms of that is just like it's not like what I'm saying is like some sort of like weird idea from my head. Like Japan is quite literally like the case study for that type of nonsense. And the way they play, even if like they play all the things like they want to play or whatever like that, the same way we do, the way they want to do it and how they want to do it is very um like accepting of like what is already happening, and they like have those things in mind where it's just like they actually sit there and pick those characters like so like me and like everyone we're at the like invitational, the Gact invitational, and we're sitting there and like you sit there and you watch Akola and Mia, they were playing with each other, and when they play with each other they literally were just rotating like Kazuya Steve, Game & Watch Rob, and Mithra, only that, and just counterpicking each other and just playing for like specifically like character matchups. Um and like everyone else there like picks their characters with like that thing in mind, and if they're not gonna like pick those, they like play like they like accept it, which is like like it really like sunk into me when I was fighting like the banjo player who wants to play banjo, and then he like knows what's going on, so he's like, I'm only gonna do this like two things only, and I'm gonna force you to interact with this like one tool over and over and over, and like that's like how it should be. And like the way he played is just like he tries to like pull it down like it's like the same idea of like Game & Watch. They like all have this like same idea, and like that's the same idea I had of like Japanese play before I even went there, which is why I knew I would like struggle with it when I told him of that. Is because like even their most popular players, they all play like that, and they just like the biggest example I can give you is they just like sit there, disengage, and only choose positions where like they're like super favored to like win the interaction, or you have to interact with their most like broken tool possible, and they quite literally only spam that ever. Um, and what that looks like is like when you fight against like Ken, he literally just like only interacts with spin dash or just runs around and then uses like the best normals that give him like the most reward. And if he's not like if he doesn't think like those like up airs or whatever it is gonna like work at all, it's quite literally every single interaction is just shielding, rolling back, or like full hopping away and then initiating with another spin dash, and like that's on loop. So like basically what that looks like translated to like any other character is like the banjo quite literally has a nade out at every single moment, and then as soon as the grenade gets diffused, like he's using that time to pop another one, and then that's all it's ever gonna be, like at all times, and you just like consistently have to like deal with this like move. And like I feel like only like certain characters of people like that in the US like ever do that for some reason. Like obviously the most like obvious example is like a Rob. It's just like, okay, you block the gyro, they shoot another gyro, and that's like as deep as it goes. But like um Gabriel, I can't play tonight. I have to go tomorrow. Um, yeah, like same thing with Samus. Like it's just like they just use that one tool. So it's like if you watch Yara play, it's just like here's this one tool, you have to deal with it. Here's my charge shot, and then they only interact with you when it's literally just like the risk reward is like incredible. Like you don't see people doing things like that. Like I think like what did someone do? I think Lima was playing someone and I was like talking to him about the differences and like that. And like this what character was it? I think it was some banjo or like Dr. Mario or something, and they were just like forward smashing the ledge or something like that. Just because they could, just because it's just like, yeah, this will kill at this percent like that. And it's like people don't do that. Like just try to like hit your jump get up specifically with like forward smash. Most people in the US would like charge a smash attack and try to hit your like neutral get up, but they like try to swing for like jump get up, like unreactively, like for your timing. Like like everyone over there has an idea of like how the ledge works, which I can't say is the same for like the US at all. Like they actually know how the ledge works and they like actually try to like do things towards it. Um, and what is the other thing? I have like so many things. I just like don't know how to um like I think the one thing was just like the Diddy I played, he like pulled banana, waited for it to hit the ground. So it, like obviously it's like not active anymore, and then like swung forward smash immediately to like punish jump. And like that in particularly like in particular like bothered me because like I got hit by it, but I was just like, okay, so he swung like specifically to punish my jump, which is like, yeah, good by him. But like most of the options these people are picking don't actually punish if you do nothing. And I was just like annoyed because I was like, dude, all these actions these people take, it doesn't punish you for like doing nothing, which is why like their gameplay is so much more like defensive and just like you do nothing. Because like if I just stood there, like that Diddy forward smash is not hitting me if I just hang onto the ledge. And that just goes for like most of the options they all picked. I was just like, okay, so if you just stand here, nothing happens to you. And then, like, to that point, I was playing Palu, and I usually don't like playing Palu, like, at all. And, like, this also has to do with, like, the lack of precision I had because of, like, my little, like, splinter in my controller, I guess I could call it. But, when I was playing Palu, they don't challenge me. Like in the US, like if you try to jump with Palu, they'll just run up on you in nair. But then like I was playing Palu and they just sit there and like look at my back air and they just leave it alone and they never like try to punish me. Like they'll try to parry it, but like they just never challenged me ever. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm allowed to jump back in space with Palu forever and no one will ever attack me here. And that just worked. And I was like, wow, playing Palu here feels real because you can just run away forever. And that's all you have to do. Like I was just like, wow, I can actually run. And it made me appreciate Palu more, which is weird. But then I came back and I played her again. I was like, dude, this doesn't work. It's actually so weird how different the game is over there. Which is because like I was watching Jagaima. I love watching Jagaima a lot, and I was just like, okay, I understand what is valued here a little more. Like just jumping around and being able to disengage. Because like Lima was confused too sometimes, but he plays Bayo with like one of the highest full hops, and he was like, okay, well if I'm confused, I'm just gonna full hop back. Which is again like what the Japanese style is. They just full hop back and like disengage like over and over again until it's time for you to interact with their most like broken thing in like a good position. And like that's all like very logical and stuff. It's just like Peach isn't specifically good at like doing that. So you have to like know what's going on a little more. But again, like it's not like Yumeki was showing me like things that like can even be done in certain places. Because Yumeki does good versus like the people that like you get to watch him against all the time when like you're watching him play in like bracket and stuff like that. And like later brackets. But I made a tweet about it and I was just like, dude, I wish Yumeki's like pools matches were streamed because I was like walking behind him and I was just watching his pools matches. Dude, he is almost losing. He is almost dude. He had this like insane game 5 with his ices and like barely won. Like he was stressed. When he's popping off, I was like, oh my god. Like it's just like it's not like he has these crazy strategies that are like letting him breeze through pools or anything like that. He's struggling. He's actually struggling. Um And that's why I was just like, I don't think. And there's a reason, right? The Japanese people, they're like, oh, I don't think Peach is very good. And I was like, okay, well, I get it because the way they like do it, you have to be very on point to make that happen. And that was not me. So, that's fine. And honestly, at some point, like once I realized there was a problem with it, I actually was like so over it. Um, it's just like so over it. And then like I like talked about it and I was like thinking about it and I was like, I should just play something else. Like I should really, really play something else. Because the one thing that pissed me off like really bad is like I played that hero and like I'm playing in like Japanese and stuff like that, right? And by the way, like people are like, "Oh wow, you go to Japan, you get mad for playing Japanese heroes." I've been saying hero was should not be allowed since like Salem was going like hero on like T and Raito and like whatever like that in the US. Like I just don't think that's right in any way, in any like direction. Like it's not that it's happening to me. Like it's annoying that it's happening to me, but I said it was wrong even when it was happening the other way around. So like I don't think that's fair for people to be like, "Oh wow, you're complaining about this." Like no, that's just I've been on that train. Um but like I'm playing Peach versus this hero and like I'm obviously I can't read, so I'm just like, "Okay, well, I don't want him to buff himself and then run at me and then shoot something that like breaks my shield like instantly cuz like if he has the red power up and then just like uses the flame slash that I can't react to or like position around or do whatever, it's just like you just die. It just breaks your shield immediately. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna rush him down, and then I try to rush him down, and then he's just reading my jump like it's Wi-Fi because all I can do is jump because I can't stand there and shield or do anything like that. So I'm just jumping and I'm just getting hit over and over and anti-aired, and I lose. I let it get two stocked or some shit, and I'm just like, okay, like, okay, like actually one of the dumbest games I ever played. And I was just like, okay, so if I need to jump and I don't want to get anti-aired, I need to play a character that's better at jumping, and I want to hit him harder too. So I was like, okay, let me just go Palu and Bayo, so I can just run away and like jump and like whatever like that, and it's okay. And then I do, and then it's fine, and I'm just like, this is so annoying because everything you do as Peach has to be so specific. Whereas like I can just jump over all his spells and like hit him forever as Bayo and Palette. I was just like, this is so annoying. You don't know the hiragana for Kanake. I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming that means you don't know the letters for the Japanese words. Um and like, dude, even Mia tried to go hero on Buzz and it didn't work, but like why? Why is that like a thing you can do? It's just so like it's just am I the only one who thinks that's like just kind of weird? It's just like, oh yeah, catch this language matchup. It's not even about like oh learn languages. Everyone's like, oh yeah, you need to study the language if you're gonna go to this land. Like, is that not like a bad thing to have? Like, because I just think it like promotes people not wanting to travel because of like certain things like that. Like, why would we want to like promote like not traveling for these competitive reasons or something like that? It's just like I don't know. Can we stop dying to that? What? Um. Anyways. No, yeah, yeah. So I have a friend with dyslexia, and he just can't fight the character. Like, he just can't fight the character because he's dyslexic, and it's just like that's totally fair, I guess. Um. So yeah, that's a thing. Um. So then yeah, and then I was just like playing Halo against other people, and I was just so confused. What the heck? Why did that not work? And I was just so like confused of like how much like Palu works better in like their play style. And I'm not even doing anything different. I'm just playing, and it's just the fact that I can run away that helps a lot. Um, and that just kind of annoyed me. I was just like, wow, Palu actually. works here, and I just don't like her at all either. Sakurai seems so thoughtful with his design decisions. Yeah, he didn't think about that. I think people would care more if Hero was more common, but it's just like cause to pick up that character as like a good player and like specifically counterpick it for those reasons. Cause you wouldn't just play most people wouldn't play Hero just to play Hero. So quite literally you would have to be devious and be like, I want to play this specifically to like counterpick this against like Japanese people. Cause like Salem specifically counterpicked Hero only against Japanese people and like like two zoners in this game or something like that. So it's just weird because you have to have like very devious thoughts to be like, oh, I'm gonna do that, you know? I know, Sharp. They love defending Hero. They're like so ride or die on it. They're just like, yeah, get fucked. I'm just like, I don't know how you can defend that. It's just interesting. What is happening here? How did Teaser lose? I don't even know. Okay, but Loki, why was I going crazy on this spare? I don't know. This spare was just like everything for me. Um, you don't like reading, you just reflect everything. I hope you hold that flame slash. I don't know. Uh, I don't even know. By the way, I learned this matchup like literally this day. Like I actually had no idea what was happening, and then I had to like learn this matchup like just this day. Um, but you know, I think I did okay. It was okay. I I say okay because like this is not good. It was okay. It's just like when I was playing him, I could tell he like I know he's lost a Ling a bunch of times, but like at the same time, he doesn't like actually know what he's doing versus Peach. Because there were so many things I was just getting away with. I was like, okay, this is not how this works. Like I know your character's not great under pressure, but it's not like this. This is just like incorrect. Was Ling right about even? I think so. Yeah, it's just like this character can't like approach. But you know the thing is, I think this is even. But you know the thing that's not even is if Capitancito actually changed his set for like people he's fighting, like changed the move set. I think this is a bad matchup. I just think he has the wrong move set on. So yeah, this is the wrong move set to make this like harder, in my opinion. What do you think is more annoying? He just needs to use the grenade launcher. The grenade launcher is actually impossible. And then I think since you don't have charge shot at that point, instead of no, yeah, you can keep the missile. You can keep the missile. I think the instead of the little what's it called? That little downbeat thing? I think instead of that thing, because like Peach's parasol and like other stuff works well against it, I think he should use the reflector. So I think like the most annoying set you could probably use for me is just like grenade launcher, reflector, missiles, and then like you can keep the up B. And I think that should be like really problematic. Cause like the other me gunner I was playing was running the grenade launcher, and it was just like, oh my god. There was actually like three me gunners at this event that I played. That's the most I've played this matchup like ever. I usually don't even play this once in like a year. Um, and that happened to me. So I don't really know what was wrong with this event, but it was really cursed because I don't think that should be happening, but it happened, I guess. Yeah, yeah, the one that's like plus 1,000. That's the grenade launcher. I kept calling it like a Molotov, but that's like definitely not what a Molotov is. So yeah, 3-3-3-1 moveset people use that versus Kazuya and Steve. Yes, you can just spam. Yumeki went to Ohio. Did he actually? Yeah, no, I had to like learn that matchup the hard way. It was stupid. Also, someone keeps asking my BOBC bracket or whatever, so I guess we can look at that. It's just like I don't even know. It's just so I don't know. This event is so stacked. But my bracket's just like stupid. It's just so stupid. It's not that like I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this again. I mean, okay, no, I lied. I don't want to do this again. I really don't want to fucking do this again. Cause my bracket's like, okay, Moxie, sure, that's fine and all, whatever, we can do that. But then like, why do I play Spargo again? And Kamehameha. Like Kamehameha is like fine, I guess. It's just really annoying. Like Sword Peach is so annoying. I might even counterpick him, honestly. So this is like super annoying. But I can beat it. It's just like whatever. And then like Spargo, it's just like again. I feel like out of all the like top like 10 seeds, I play him so much. Like I actually play Spargo so much. But it's just like whatever, I guess. Like I feel like brackets always like rigged shit like really hard. Like I definitely felt like I got rigged in Japan like really hard. Like there's no way by chance I fight the best banjo player and then the best duck hunt player like in a row. That's not really like a chance thing. That's not really how that works. And then like specifically like they kept seeding me like two brackets in a row of Japan. They keep seeding me into a cola. Like they just really want that storyline. And it's low key because Cola like requested me. Like they just really want that storyline so badly. Like they just keep seeding me straight into a cola. I have never been seeded into Mia. I've never been seeded into like Shuton or whatever the hell. Like they just keep like it's just insane. It's just so insane. They want me to fight certain people so badly. And like Spargo is one of them. Like I've never been seeded into Leo, really. Um it's just so rare. It just doesn't happen. I don't get seeded into Gluto. I don't get seeded into Light. I don't get seeded. Like the only times I play them is like really far in. I don't get seeded into them for like my first encounter. Wouldn't see it seeding into Mia be a nightmare? I don't care about that. Like it would be, but like I don't really care. It's just that they keep doing it against the same people because they want something. They literally want something. Void and Nairo played the same round every tournament. Yeah, literally. It's just I don't know. Me and Gluto. We're Send isn't going to BLBC, so I actually like emergency message someone to team. I'm actually teaming with Gluto this tournament. And we've never teamed before, so that'll be like interesting. But yeah, I don't really like this bracket at all. This is like Genesis levels of like nightmare bracket, honestly. Do you think you could beat Spargo fourth time? Well, yeah. I didn't get lucky 3 times in a row. It's just like I don't know. I always think about it where I'm just like, what is he gonna think about? What is he gonna think about the third time? Just like the third time, here it is. Like, what is he really gonna think about? Be like, okay, well, Mute's got me 3 times in a row, so now this time, like, what are we really gonna change? I don't know. Like, I don't think anyone has the answer for that. It's just like interesting. What's my set count with Spargo? 3-0. Do y'all think this Luigi is gonna beat Spargo? I really don't think so. Spargo like destroys Luigi like so hard. Do you think you'll force him off Cloud? I don't think I'm forcing him to do anything. I think it's just like his choice. Like he can go Mythr if he wants to. Like I think that's just like a him thing. I know this character's nothing, but it's like so scary. What do you mean? Wait, when did I say that? Is there anyone I want to play in the crew battle? I have no opinion. Lead me to the light, Lord Leo. I'm under Captain Leo's service. He tells me to go, I go. Me versus Spark from Genesis 7. Oh my god, the really old one. Um, yeah, no. I just don't like this bracket, y'all. Okay, Meta Knight is fine. It's really whatever. And then like Sora's just so annoying. So annoying. I don't can Larry win? I don't even know. Larry's so random. Larry's just so random. I love Larry, but like he's just so random. He just be losing, but then he just be winning sometimes. And it just doesn't it's just interesting. It's like, okay. Who said you couldn't teach an old dog new tricks? Like he just does things sometimes. And then like Spargo again, like I don't see him losing to anything here. So it's just like, okay, Spargo again, sure. Fine, whatever. You want to go again? Let's go again. God. And then like if I do beat him, like I just don't like this. Like Sonics, this is probably my worst match up like in the entire bracket. Like Sonics specifically. Like I have a better chance against quite literally everyone else in this like whole list. Like even Mia and like whatever. Like this is quite literally my worst pick of the bracket. Um so him being so close to me is kind of annoying, but it won't feel that bad if Spargo beats me this time or whatever, because that means I can go somewhere else and do this down here. Because I don't even like what loser of C, like what Sonics. I don't know. I don't even like where this ends up, like this area. If like I do lose to like Sonics down here, that'd be like here compared to like losing to Spargo. It puts me like over here, and this is like honestly better. This section of seating right here. If like nothing absurdly crazy happens for upsets, like I like this loser's top 8 better than this one. Because this is like what Meisterland buzzed. I have a hard time with Yoshidor. It is just a feral ass Yoshi. Like I like don't watch Yoshidor very often, but then I was watching him in Japan. I was like, dude, why is this Yoshi so damn feral? Like that's not normal Yoshi movement. All the other Yoshis just use their head and drift one direction, and it's just like, okay, that's the direction they're going. Like that Yoshi was like teleporting back and forth and like glitching out and like, oh my god. Twig Light top 8 qualifiers. Sonic's playstyle fits the Japanese playstyle? Yeah, it does. I wonder how Leo will do now that he has a fire. Does he though? Like he doesn't like when I talk to him, it doesn't seem like he cares like that. I want to see him get mad and like try and like be like actually like want to like get that throne back because I feel like he's had it for so long. He's just like a little complacent in my head, honestly. I feel like a lot of people are getting complacent in like year 5 of the game and stuff. Like people have got their like championships or whatever, like they've won before, and they're like, okay, well, because honestly, I would feel like that too. If I won Genesis, like no one could tell me shit. I'd be like, doing whatever, I'm like, yeah, well, I want Genesis, so like it doesn't really matter. And I feel like Leo's done that so many times, like he's just kind of a little complacent. Like there's no way he gets 3-0'd like that all the time versus like certain people. Like that way he loses to Akola and the way he loses to like Riddles and stuff like that or whatever's happening. I feel like that should make him really mad, but it doesn't. It doesn't seem like he cares at all, even when I talk to him, and that's just like kind of problematic if you want to like stay on top like that, you know. Shuton can beat Sonics. Hmm. Heard Light was salty after he sat at Genesis. Yeah, because he's never lost to me before. I'd be mad as hell too. And he lost Peach Fox, which is actually like a really bad matchup. It's just like if I lost a really bad matchup, or like a really good matchup for me, and I was like 5-0 on the person before, and I lose at Genesis in like a winner semifinals match, like I'd be mad as hell too. Like, of course he's mad. Leo's game count is 09 with Shuton apparently. That's interesting. But yeah, like look at this. Like Sonics, like I just this bracket is so ugly for me. Like I've just not ever gotten like such an ugly bracket before. Like this is rivaling Genesis like levels of ugly. Like I'm gonna have to do some overcoming by the way, if I want to fucking pull this off at all or even close. Just because like it's a lot right now. It's honestly a lot. What's going on over here? I want to see what's going on over here. Have fun at work, Jakey. Me versus Light last hit was disturbing. It was disturbing. I got grabbed like low key 10 times that stock. How do you get grabbed 10 times on a stock? Like I don't think it was 10, but it was like close, low key. I was like, what the hell? The Cedars were like, Mute cannot win this weekend. Okay, no one cares about me like that. They just, I don't know. It just happens, I guess. Do you see Yara beating DeBuzz? I don't know. DeBuzz plays really good characters against Samus. So like specifically, like Olimar does really good against Samus because the Pikmin just eat the charge shot. Um, so it's a pretty good matchup. But yeah, since you won against Meister, I feel like you can win every matchup. Okay, so I played a Game Watch in Japan who wasn't Mia. I don't really know who anyone was because you know I just asked to play and they just play me. It was like a dark blue Game Watch. Bitch, these players got hands. He wasn't just doing what I wanted him to do, and I was losing. And I was like, okay. And now I can confirm I did not beat Meister because I'm good. I only beat Meister because he was playing very bad. That's all I will say. I will leave it at that. Like I should never win that matchup. I was actually getting sat the fuck down by like every other game which I play. I was just like, dude, this matchup is not winnable. The fact that I won that is something was very wrong. Something was very wrong that day. I don't know. It's just not real. It's just not real, guys. That's why I was like, I don't think these results are replicable. Can you really create that scenario again and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight against Mia and I'm just gonna like create this scenario where like you do what I want you to do because like you're just gonna do this one thing and then I just like hit you, but that's like kind of not how it works. Turns out. Do I prefer fighting against Game Watch or Sonic? Low key Game Watch. Low key Game Watch. Yeah, Sui. I was actually standing behind him watching him. Yasugin actually texted me and said, "Look out for this Smash Mate Peach player who like never goes offline." And I just like turn around. I wasn't even looking for him. I totally forgot. But then when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, that has to be him." And I saw him playing Mia, and he took game 2. and he was going super super close, and I was like, wow. He was winning game three. He choked. He actually choked. But I don't even want to say it was his fault. He just got tapped, and then he just like got tapped and took a million damage. But he was legendary while he lasted. Um, what do I think is gonna happen here? Cola honestly just runs through this. DeBus can win. DeBus can win. Who is this? Oh, this is Yara. Oh, that's Yara. Oh, low key. I got DeBuzz. I got DeBuzz. Riddles Siskui, Riddles Yoshidora. Riddles Yoshidora, that's an interesting match. I'd like to see that actually. Um, yeah, no. Leo plays Ken. Oh, this is pretty easy for Leo. Wow, Leo gets such an easy bracket for him. You think Yoshidora wins that? Maybe. I can see it going either way. So, like, I think I low key have the buzz winning this whole thing right here. I have the buzz. I don't know. I don't know about this middle one. I'm kind of a Yoshidora believer, but I'm also not because I think Kazuya will just like eat Yoshi alive. So I kind of have riddles here. I'll be honest. Um, and then yeah, Leo just farms this, and then Mia versus Onin or AK. I mean, I feel like Onin AK can go either way, which is why I don't even want to talk about Mia. But like, I think if it's AK, Mia definitely wins. Does Onin like? I don't know. Mia wins. I think he'll be caught off guard because Onin's actually so different compared to like a cola. I think he's gonna try and fight him like he's a cola. Onin farmed Mia farmed Onin at scuffed. Well, Onin actually like can like change a lot between sets, which is a lot more than I can say about a lot of people. But we'll see. Don't be surprised. Don't if it happens. Don't act shocked. Um. Hmm. Oh, Sonic's bracket is actually kind of annoying. Wait, why is this so annoying for him? He's looking gonna. He might get farmed. He actually might get farmed. Can you see like? Can you see Lucario living really long and just killing Sonic really fast? Maybe with a giant aura sphere, and then Big Boss beat him like last time. I know he like Sonic was playing kind of weird, but it's just like he could do it again. Rob's like volatile enough to like attack Sonic in a way that could actually like do it. You've seen that. You've watched Coinbox. But it's just different. Like Lucario's gonna catch you online because like you can't like perfectly do everything. But I'm just wondering if that could happen offline. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't want. I don't want to fight Armadillo. I really don't want to fight against Lucario. It's just it's just too stressful. I really don't want to fight Lucario. Because at least like when you're fighting things that jank you like Rob or something like that, there's like rules to it, I guess, in a way. There's like rules to it. It's just like, okay, you have to get hit in this like certain way and they have to do this like have an item. There's like a stipulation. It's just like Lucario's percent will go up and it will kill you at any like. There's just no rules. It's just like okay, you fucking die. I don't know. And then Shuton can beat Sonics too. So this is very interesting. This is interesting actually to me too. Shuton versus Skyj because this is like Shuton is like a very like lawful player, you know? It's like lawful player versus like actual criminal boss. And I just want to see what happens. Like, does Shuton blow up or does he shut that down? Like, I just don't really know. Because Capitancito shut that shit down real fast. Real fast, that's all I'm gonna say. Actually, I want to see that because um I did not see that. And I just want to know something right here. Cap does not play no damn games. Am I bringing a spare? I can't get one made in time. My controllers are like $300. To be fair, that one took like a year to break, so it's not surprising that I break a controller in a year. The way I play. But yeah, I just got my controller made today, like a brand new one. So if my new fucking controller just like breaks that I just played with and it's like fine for an extended amount of time, I don't fucking know, and I just don't care anymore because I can't have another one made in like a day, and my flight's tomorrow, so I'm just gonna go. It should be fine. It's usually fine. What things do I add to my controller? Well, I have a fob 2 and I just have like certain tall plugs, no springs, residency stick instead of like the rubber because it's easier for me to use, OEM stick, and then I have like a special stick box, and then I have like certain modified like numbers on my stick for my like angles and like stuff like that. And I use rounded buttons so I can slide my hand. And then I have a mouse click for my Z because I need like instant response for my like the BE combos. I like need the little click. It's just the resin. It's not the spicy one. I just can't do the rubber. And you definitely feel a difference between that and a stock controller? Yeah, definitely. But it's not like I don't know. I like the main thing is I need plugs. I need plugs on my LNR. And I need good plugs on my LNR. And I need like a heavy stick because I use a lot of force on my stick. So like the thing is like um the sticks I couldn't use when I was borrowing people's controllers, they're too light. They're too like flimsy and like they don't retain my like downwards input, which means like I can't float. Because I tried to like use other people's controllers because like I don't know if you saw like 8, 9 different people like gave me their controllers to like try shit, and I literally just try to do a ground float in air. And if I ground float in air and it doesn't come out as a ground float in air, that means the stick is too light. And I tried like Shattuck's controller, I tried Kronos' controller, I tried all their controllers, and I only tried people's controllers who had plugs in their LNR. And if it didn't come out, that means it's just too light for me. What a throw! This is so interesting. Why did he get up into it? Why did he just stand up into the bomb? What did you think was gonna happen? Okay, I wait, and then yup. Like, what? At least jump. I don't know. If it hits you while you jump, then you got it, I guess. But that's interesting. Hmm. That was a that was a very interesting sequence. Usually, like when you're in this part of the game, like this, like you're at 102 and Inson's at like 17. If you don't like hit him off stage and gimp him immediately, this is like unwinnable. But I guess Me Gunner's built like that. Like any tap from Inson or you just fucking explode. But like this was lost, I guess. 2 years you can't short hop. Try to time it with the explosion, but it wasn't even blinking. It wasn't even blinking. It actually lasts like if you thought it was gonna explode, then you don't know anything about the matchup because like that shit lasts like long, really long if it doesn't get touched by anything. It's actually disturbingly long. I thought it lasted less time too, and then I actually started like practicing with the character before I played Captain MC. And I was like, what the hell? Why does it just sit there for all time? He took so much damage though. Um, like it wasn't even blinking. It's just so funny. You have to hit it away. Yeah, you do. Hydrate. My water's like on the windowsill. Oh fuck. Okay, fine. I'll get up. Oh, I'll get up. Fine, fine, fine. I'm wild for flying in from Japan and winning grands. What did you rest? No, I didn't. I literally like that is so fucking funny. I wish he would make it all caps. So it like looked like it was part of the game. It's just like fucking Lakeisha. I literally asked him during winners finals. I was like, why does it say Lakeisha? And he was like, this boy told me like he was like she's definitely black and I just wanted to like let everyone know she's black and like he just said I put Lakeisha. I was like, bitch. Like oh my god. I don't know. I wish he put it in caps so it just looked like it was an actual character. She got her fucking bob. Like I don't know. I don't know what he was cooking in that meat creator, but isn't this the default girl? I don't think he did anything to her actually. This is just how she is. Lashana? No, not Lashana. Oh, that was actually cool. I didn't know you could combo that into the bomb with the up throw. Wow. That was so much damage. Her Snooki. Dude, Captain C is such a troll. He literally asked me, like with the dragon armor he's wearing right now for the costume, he asked me which color do you like the most? And I gave him like two, three options like which colors I liked, and then he's like, and then he like just went back to the one he was wearing and like didn't even use it. I was like, wait, why'd you ask me? I thought he's gonna put the red one on, or the purple one, or the green one. He just asked me for no reason. Because if you want, oh my, what the? Choose the one she didn't mention. I don't know. He just, I don't know. Uh, I was like falling asleep during my um like car rides and like just like being at the tournament because like my sleep schedule was just reversed and stuff like that. I was literally falling asleep like midday. Like I just kept getting tired. I was just like, oh my gosh. And usually I sleep really long. And I just kept like sleeping and like waking up. My body really wanted to do something in Japan. I don't know why. Like it was literally just like I've been up for like I mean I slept for like 7, 8 hours, or like just like seven. That's insane for me. 7 hours, and my body's just like okay, it's time to get up and do something. And I'm waking up, and I don't know if it's because the bed was really fucking hard, or like it was a hostel and there's other people and there's like noises around me and there's like light that I can't control and stuff like that. But like my body has never like slept that little and just been like okay, time to get up. I'm a like 10, 11 hour to feel good. So that's why 7 is just like kind of really crazy to me. Um Did Japan destroy your controller? Yeah, it did. It actually did. I mean, it's interesting though. Like, I didn't get to like move, but I will say all the people I played are very good. Definitely, definitely not the U.S. And I like that. It's just like it just seemed like everyone had an understanding what was going on for the most part, and everyone like has accepted like what the game is, and they just like play it. Like I think Riddles made a tweet that's kind of like hinted towards it, where it's just like he was really happy because like he just plays people and like people don't really like complain about Kazuya like that over there. So he just like was like, oh, wow, I can just play my game and play with Kazuya and like no one's gonna like be upset about it. Because like everyone over there is just like, okay, like these things are how it is and this is the game. Cause it's like it's funny because like most people, if you ask like the US people, it's like, oh, what is Smash? Like, oh yeah, I wanna like sit there and watch um like Roy and like Cloud and like I love these like characters like that play Smash, and they'll use those words, play Smash specifically, which is interesting when in reality, like the Japanese players, they just sit there and they're like, yeah, Game and Watch is Smash, Steve is Smash. Like that's like in their like definition already, and they play like it, which is just like how different it is. How would he know if they're complaining? It's just obvious. They're like sitting there and they're laughing and they're just they're like actively like having fun. So it's not like they are complaining. And you can also just like translate their tweets and they don't like do that either. Yeah. That's the thing. That's just like like it's nice that like Japan just like treats the game like what it is instead of pretending like what it isn't. Which is like again like people want the game to be something else than it is, and like I don't know. It's just annoying to me, like the disparity of like what the game can be. Cause like sometimes the matchup is like that, and the game is like that when like you're playing like certain matchups. But like the better way to play the game is like if you want to win is like the way the Japanese are doing it, because they don't really care about anything else. They actually only care about winning. It's like kind of jarring sometimes, like how much they just care about winning. Hi Rada, thank you for the prime. How would you make the game more like those matchups in general? What is that? Like, can you reword that question, please? Does it help that they play for honor more than money or something? Yeah, because they just like play and they well, to be fair, I don't think it's like a they play for honor thing. I just think money is like very serious over there. That's kind of like the vibe I got. Like money is very serious. Cause like when like they play after the tournament or like that, they just like play. Whereas like 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 one of Sen's favorite things to do is like money match after a tournament and stuff like that. That's not something you do, and we kind of chalked it up to like it's like you wouldn't give someone your like hard earned yen after like because these people all work or they all like you know what I mean, they work jobs and stuff like that. So it's just like they work their job, they get their hard earned yen. They're not gonna like money match their yen away or like that. Like money's more serious. Whereas like I think like a perspective I had like being a kid and like making money in Smash is just like I didn't really respect money until like I grew up a little more and like started paying taxes and like other shit and like had a job and then being like, oh wow, my hour is worth this equivalent of time. Where it's just like I feel like that's already like very like cemented in Japanese like styles where it's just like my money is serious, like you know. I don't think it's fair to say Japanese players don't complain too, though. They definitely do. It's just not on the same level because they've just accepted it. And I think that level of acceptance is like what I mean when I say like Japan is industrialized. Because it's like, imagine my video I made where I talk about these characters and how they work and like what makes it easier and how to win and stuff like that. They're very in tune with that already. And like, instead of me saying like my video is like something about like something revolutionary to say, it's actually more accurate to say that Japan's like a very good case study for like what my video even spoke about. Because that's like one of the things I looked at when I like even like talked about that in the first place. Because a big thing is too about like U.S. people and like Japan's like just people in general is that like they're not they push themselves to win in like certain ways that are like outside of their comfort zone because I promise you they genuinely just care about winning. Um and like what that means is like a lot of times when you see a bunch of like people who like play multiple characters and stuff like that, a lot of times they fill the same role, hit similar buttons, match similar tempos, or like do similar things in a certain way that like makes you feel good, right? In terms of your, like your own responses, because it's not too different, but it like, gets the job done in a slightly different way. So like it might be a better pick for a matchup, but it still feels generally similar. So like what that can mean is just like DeBuzz just plays a bunch of like floaty characters, even if they're all different and do different things. You will not see DeBuzz rocking it with like a fast faller and doing something things like that. Whereas like certain people only play characters with certain like air drift, air stats, and stuff like that. Like when Hungrybox tried to picking up other characters in Ultimate, he tried playing Ness and Wario because he's used to having that like aerial drift control and he just wants to jump all the time, stuff like that. So those are different ways people play different characters that suit like their like preferences, even if they aren't obvious immediately. Whereas like I think we were playing in Japan and Lima was just like saying like people were counterpicking him on like extreme levels where it's like I think he played a Shulk Game and Watch player or like an Isabel Kazuya or like just like they had like these combinations that were like very extreme that like you know what I mean? And they get the job done like better than like what you would because like those are the best combinations, the ones that like completely like fill a different role. But you have to be very like adaptable and like uncomfortable as a player, or like like it makes us uncomfortable as NA players, but like for them it's just like natural for them to be playing like combinations that are just like very, very different, you know. Um yeah, Lucina Mimand very, very different. And that's just like the characters they pick. They pick really different things, or they just pick the most broken ones. And they also believe in like simple being better. A lot of the people who play in Japan, they don't believe in like precision like that. Like the most popular Japanese players, there's like a few of them, of course. Like, of course, there's like the few precision players and there's the few whatever like that. But overall, they want overarching like answers. And like this is the best way I can describe it, where it's just like, remember that part where I was like, a character like Rob has like 5 answers to everything, whereas like a character like Peach has 100 answers for 100 questions. Like that's the thing they believe in, and they only pick like the characters they will pick are like the best ones to like do the 5 answer responses. Like Game like Watch actually told me Game Watch is probably like the most popular character in Japan. Like just like everyone just like loves playing that character because it's just so simple, solves like all these different things. You know what I mean? And that's just like self-explanatory that like Game Watch is just very self solving and stuff, but yeah, you're not gonna see a lot of like these weird little precise characters because they just want like bigger like answers that just cover more because again like if you have precision then you're not gonna have that like giant uninteractable thing to deal with, so yeah. What's the T on Pit? Um, no, Zachary's different. Zachary's different than all of them. Oh, that can't. I mean, you can just play that character and you can just run around. So like, the thing about Pit is, he actually like has like just good fadeaway options that you can just throw out. They're like big, and you can like run around for a lot of time. And he has like good disengagement options. Because have you noticed how hard it is to punish a Pit rolling away from you? Like actually rolling away from you. Also, people don't like notice, but if you're a Pit playing like a normal character, that character is like pretty good, honestly. He has like natural tempo staggering with like his multi hits and like single hits and stuff like that. Um, like the and he, unlike Palo, he has ground moves, so it's just like a bunch of dash speed, armor options, reflector. Against a lot of characters, he can actually just land for free because they're like things are too wide. Like if you're playing Lucina, she physically can't swing between like the orbiters like that, like and hit like your feet or whatever, because like they're just swings. So like orbiters is also really broken. Um, and then like arrows are really good at like harassing. Like you see the way like Zachary like runs off stage and like jump arrows, and then like edge guards you after and stuff like that. Like that character can actually push advantage state, and then he has like confirms up tilt up airs, like more, and like good smash attacks you can throw out. Like he's very adaptable towards like all that. And then the other thing that's really important in Japanese playstyles is that they play to force you to like lose to their win condition. So like very like commonly, like obviously is that Banjo just like threw me off the stage and then tries to like force you to go low, like shoot something or whatever like that. And then he just forced you to go low and then makes you interact with like grenade, and then he would rinse you and then try to side beat you off the grenade combo. And that's just like one example. But it's just like if you play a character with like negation, because they all play towards like their win conditions, like all Cole is trying to do is like put you in a box or put you at the ledge and then do like the anvil on the ledge and put that there. All Mia tries to do is put you off the stage and then bake in the ledge. All Yara does is do that and then bomb the ledge. Like they all play towards this like strong win con that they have. Um, because that's just how you win. You just like centralize it as much as possible. Um, and like having things to negate that, whether your character is like doing whatever, which is like Bayo negates that. Like Lima can just jump off the ledge versus that nonsense. Same thing for like ICs, they're doing all that nonsense. Palu can like negate it pretty well, like with warp and other stuff like that. And like Game Watcher negates it also. It's just like having those tools is like really important in this like that meta where they just force you to do those things, because then you don't have to like bend to their will. So yeah. And like Pit having like orbiters as an option helps a lot for like those weird things. Yeah, same thing for T. They're very strong at like putting what they call win conditions out. I think one thing that I saw, I was like, holy, that was fucked up, is when I saw Hero, the Bowser, he did like landing forward air to Ken, the last hit. He did like landing forward air and then insta up smashed. And that had like so much coverage. Like so much coverage you don't even know. Like it was actually like low key like impossible to beat that, except for like some very niche options that like you need foresight for. You have to like read really hard. It was like such an impossible like ledge trap to get away from at that percent. Um, and like those are just things that people like have, which is just like different because they like people don't understand the ledge in the US. It's very weird. Do you think Akola would be good without DLC? Um, I don't think that's like a fair question, because like I don't know. And like it again, like just that same way I said like, oh, this is what the US thinks Smash is, and it's like we think about like, oh, here are our sword characters and our brawlers and stuff like that. Like that's what they think Smash is, and that's what Smash is. At like, because if it's so like what I'm trying to say here is that Japan like understands what is centralizing about the game and they make it like that. Whereas like NA doesn't play it because they don't like want to just force it like that. Like you know that part we get to where everyone's just like in NA is just like wow, because if you call like Game Watch easy or like whatever to win with, everyone's like wow, like in my comments even and people are like oh wow, you think Rob and Game Watch are easy to win with, why don't you do it? Or Kazuya is easy to win with, why don't you do it? And it's just like that logic is like applied to the Japan already and they just accept it because you have no idea how many times it happened to me in Lima that someone would just lose and then counterpick Kazuya on FD or like pick like Game and Watch or something like that. Like they actually do it over there because they just don't care. You know what I mean? Whereas like NA is like so ego. Like they just wanna like win in their own specific way. And it's just like I wanna win like this, not like how like it should be, but Japan like just thinks about how it should be. And it's just like the meta is so much different over there because like Samus is one of these broken I win characters, but no one plays her in NA like that. There's like two. But like in Japan, they're like, yeah, this character's broken, and then they just play it, and they're like, yeah, this is amazing, and they're like, I love this shit, and that's just how it is, you know, and that's just the difference. I mean, I love my oomfies, like I do that too, and the realistic answer of like what I said in my video is that if you're gonna do it like that, just admit you don't want to win. Because if I like I'm a Peach player and I'm saying I don't want to win. Of course I want to win a certain way, but it's not like I truly want to win. Because like I tried it and I just don't like it. It's just not fun to me. I'd rather quit. So like like am I really that pressed to play something that's just not fun to me? No. So I would rather just quit. But I have Peach, so it's fun, so I'll just play that. And like of course I want to push myself and like reach the furthest point I can, but it's not like I really want to win. But like again, like in Japan, the attitude is so different to the point where that is their fun and that is their idea of Smash. And that's just all accepted generally by that. Like they don't even have to tell me that. I know by the way they play it is accepted and like widely conceived, which is just insane to me considering how little people know in like NA. Why do people make a distinction between DLC and base roster? Well, it's just because there is a large power gap, like an insanely large power gap. Um, Especially like with the skills that are being tested. Like before, like when you play a character, so like the reason why like no one like that person who asked me like is would a Cola be good without DLC? I can't say that because his skills that he tests, the only characters he plays are testing completely different skills than like whatever I'm doing or like a bunch of other people are doing. Um, which is why when DeBuzz tried to play Steve, he quite literally said he feels like I'm too smart to do this because you have to like I was playing Steve for a little bit and it just made me feel bad. It just made me feel really bad about myself. I just like didn't want to sleep at night. I just felt really like disgusting on the inside, and I felt like I was genuinely like getting dumber. That's just honestly how it was. And that like it was tweet made so much sense because I tried to do it like a fair bit after him, and I was like, oh man, like and I don't blame certain people for playing the way they do because I was like, damn, these characters have like brain degenerating properties, like actually degenerating properties. I could only throw so many pieces of bacon before like I lost my mind, honestly. So I honestly don't blame anyone, and I mean that. I'm like being completely honest. The mute zombie. Well, that's what I'm saying, Prada, is that like when you say like go without DLC, his skill sets rely around finding the most like unplayable around like situations with the most like skewed risk reward possible and just forcing those situations, which is correct of him to do so. But it's like if he picked a character where it wasn't so skewed, I don't think Akola has any finesse at all. Like any finesse at all. Which is not like a required thing. Like a lot of people don't have finesse and they're really good. And like I feel like people don't really like understand finesse in like players. Because it's just like a lot of characters don't require finesse, which is like interesting to say. And a lot of times you can play without it. So like what that means is like I don't even know how to describe it. Like Spargo is very good, but I don't think he has any like finesse per se, or like he doesn't use it most of the time. He doesn't have to because he's just playing Cloud and everything's so like general. So a lot of times like Spargo just makes decisions more so overarching than like finessing people. Whereas like when you watch Mars, he is like always finessing with like whatever like character he's playing. Like there's just like slight certain weird things that happen that like aren't don't make sense like at all. So it's like when you see like Akola and like Spargo just like Cloudflare and put like good things in good positions and do certain things because like this is like the thing to do that's like strong here and like that thing where I'm saying like Akola like forces like good situations and good places. That's just what you like should be doing and that's just like a game plan to do. But like finesse is when you can like pull stuff out of that and like thread the needle to find these like weird ass situations that like do not make sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if like that can be described, but like do you remember that clip of like Lima like dive kicking the other direction over a minecart? Like jumping over a Cola's minecart and then dive kicking the complete opposite direction? Like that's just like you know what I mean? No, Leo has finesse. Leo has a ton of finesse. It's just that, and I think Spargo does too. It's just that he doesn't use it because he doesn't have to. Um, and he like he turns it on in bursts, but it's just like something when like Mars is using it like quite literally all the time. Um, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like okay, he does it recovery sometimes. He's like forced to do that. Like everyone has to finesse their recoveries as Cloud. Um, like I'm talking about that real spicy shit. You know what I mean? Like AK has it. Like he just does that like that. But that's the thing about Japan. They don't believe in finesse. Like none of them like have it. That's like my thing. Japan doesn't like have it and they also don't like believe in it. Because like that's like a human factor to them. And they would rather like eliminate that in favor of like something that's either disengaging or their strongest tool. And that only works with like when you like have characters of a certain type and you get like characters that get even stronger in certain areas. So that's the only type of characters I've ever seen a Cola play or pick. Because even before, he only played like Luigi DK and had like certain win cons. So it's like if he didn't have a strong win con, I don't think he even like has an objective of how to play the game. Do you know what I mean? Like if he's playing a bruiser like Peach and he just had to like beat the shit out of someone, I don't think that would happen. And that's why like I say it, like when I say like Nairo and like Sam not playing anymore is like such a difference to like how the meta has shifted because like those people used to beat your ass for like 2 minutes for like one stock. Like genuinely just beat your ass. No bullshit. Just beat the shit out of you. And that's like just like a lost art. And I don't even think it's like bad to do. It's just like requires too much work to get done. You know what I mean? What about Zachary? No, Zachary is different. Zachary is like my one like person who's just like different from this. Like when I say all these things, I don't mean Zachary. Um, he definitely has it. That's my go. I actually love watching Zachary. But the rest of them, none of it. Like watch Ken Sephiroth and then watch Tweak Sephiroth. Like Tweak has you like, and if you can't tell the difference in like finesse in those like play styles and the way they like move and like the like things they're hitting and like the opportunities they're taking. Like, did you ever watch like Tweak Sephiroth when it beat Light? Some of those movements he was doing literally made me scream. It was like jump in, raw, jump in like you're gonna back air, walk forward, like he was gonna grab him, and then like full hop it straight into him, read the full hop back, disengage option, and full hop nair his like jump back, and then combo into like back air. I was like, nah, nah, nah. Like it was just too much. It was just too much. It's so good. It was so good. Proto? No, Proto's just playing like very like decision and like he just plays to like advantage state you. It's not like he has like actual like finesse and neutral. He actually just makes choices and like stuffs it into you like as like fast as possible. Like his Lucina, he just like bursts into you. Like notice how aggressive it is. It's not like he's like doing anything like weird and sneaky. I think the most like sneaky thing he's done is that little like dancing blade 3 thing he did. But otherwise than that, he just like kind of just like chooses like when to do it and he goes in. Because something that stuck out to me with Proto is that like he just like runs forward and like rams the forward tilt into you with Lucina, even if it's like a thing you don't think that will happen. Because it's like I can definitely punish this. Like he just does it, and he's like, I'm gonna hit you with this forward tilt. I don't know. I don't like. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Like my little explanation of like how Japan is different and like just their general like belief system. Because I feel like that's like a really important part of like understanding what they want to do, because I was genuinely like sitting there and being like, okay, why do these people play like this? Because I knew from before even going there I was gonna struggle with it, but I was like really trying to sit there and like understand why they do that like completely, just so I can know what's gonna happen next or whatever. And like it just makes too much sense. What do you think about Tweak saying Banham plays fast and direct, decisive like Spargo? That's perfectly on spot. Like that's exactly what I was just saying. Like Pro just like plays on decision and like advantage state. Um, you know, I feel like people not understanding or seeing this concept underpins a lot of arguments surrounding DLC on Twitter too. Well, it's just I don't know. People don't even know enough. I was gonna make a video on like things NA people don't do. I was gonna say what people don't do, but it turns out Japan does them, which is really nice because I thought these things were really basic, and it's nice to know that Japan thinks these things are really basic also. Um, because like again, like I'm just not used to everyone knowing how the ledge works. Like all of my opponents just knew how it worked, and that's more than like my NA opponents can say. So I was like, oh, okay, my round two knows how the ledge works. That's interesting. And like that's such a simple thing, but it's just not something that happens usually. And I don't know where this question came from, but someone was like, "Do you think thinking less is better?" Of course. That's always been the style. It's like if you're thinking less, you can focus more on just like your like pure execution. So it's like Mia thinks less because he gets to just like pop you up in that spot, and then he neutralizes you, and then he just like does his little advantage state. Like he up airs and just neutralizes you. It doesn't like really matter who you are. Like you have to deal with game watch up air, and most characters don't have like a special option to like deal with it, like a flip kick or whatever, to like get out of the situation. So he just literally just does up air and then he just does nair and then fast falls it and covers every single option, and then you just lose. And then he bacons the ledge and that's it. Like, and that's not very deep. Like it doesn't have to be deep. He keeps it pretty impersonal to who you are, and that's the easiest way to do it, honestly. Um, and yeah, I just what was the last thing I wanted to say? Um, Sora Peach, super annoying, super annoying. I have to play Kameme. I'm gonna get so annoyed, but it's whatever. What do you mean how the ledge works? Well, like most people don't know, you can just like look at the ledge and react. Most people don't know you have to swing for like unreactable ledge get up timings for jump, which is the best option. And then they had like everyone I played had like traps based around that knowledge of like this is what my character can do and this is like the traps that people look for and this is when people will jump. Everyone was very like in tune of like when like people wanted to jump and they had setups for it. And I've never seen people playing random ass characters have setups for like ledge jump. It's just like, why did this Isabel player have a trap for ledge jump? Like, who even plays Isabel, and why did she have a ledge jump system? Like, what is that? Or like the Diddy did the thing that like wouldn't even hit me and try to read a ledge jump like that. It's just like, okay, that was interesting too. A lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting strategies. I just really wish my controller was better because I noticed I couldn't pressure any of them, but that's because my buttons were all being wrong. And my advantage state was really bad because all my buttons kept coming out like at bad timings, and I just kept trading. Because like to up air properly as Peach, you have to up air for up air two, but like I kept trying to ground float up air, and I kept full hopping into them instead because my float wouldn't trigger. Because like the best way I can describe what was wrong with my controller was there's like a something like a splinter in like my y axis, like it was like a crick, and like my float wasn't coming out, and I just thought like my finger was bad and delayed. So I was like, okay, it's my fault, and then I just kept full hopping into like people's attacks in the air, and not floating. So I was just like, okay. But I really want to know if my pressure was good. I could hit my buttons that I wanted to. How would they respond if I was actually perfectly hitting their shield? And I'll just never know because I never got to try it. Am I gonna go back to Japan? Probably in like a year, like a next like Golden Week or something like that. I think I want to go back a little earlier for Cherry Blossom season, but I would only go with friends or like maybe Nick or something like that, just because like I'm not doing that journey alone. It's just too much. The YouTube link is the matchup chart still. Yeah, I don't really remember how to change that shit. And I kind of give up. Let's go for a month. We can do that. Honestly, like I actually don't give a fuck. It's actually really nice there, guys. I ate so much food. I ate so much food. I'm actually so happy. I want to go back and eat more food. I would love to go outside and just like eat at one of those like you you order on the kiosk machines or whatever and just get my fucking rice and beef or whatever the fuck. Like, oh my god. Is it expensive? No, it's really not. The yen is down bad right now. I felt so strong over there. I was eating. My American dollar went value. I don't know how to edit Moobot. Yeah, I don't know either. That's why I give up. But yeah, no, if I go, I'm low key. I'm playing a different character because there's just too many times I was playing there, and like even if I could beat someone with Peach, it was just so annoying. And then like when I played Palu, they were just getting two stocked, and I was like, dude, my Palu is trash. Why are you losing to this? And I don't know if it's just because I couldn't like do everything I needed to perfectly as Peach, because like I lose to anyone if I'm not playing perfectly as Peach. That's just kind of how the character works compared to Palu, and I could just like out decision them with Palu instead of like having to finesse them with Peach with a stick that wasn't able to be finessed. Um, but yeah, like Last was telling me when I was talking to him, he's like, you should just go Palu and save your energy in the first place. Like, there's just no reason to be playing fucking whatever matchup with these people. I should just click Pally and fucking do whatever. It's just so annoying. Get your get your sponsor to go to RNG in October. Let's Make Moves Miami. October. Oh, it is October. I haven't been to Florida in so long. Literally so long. I can't believe this set was this fast. Why did he just handle him like that? Like he actually just handled him. I don't even. Oh my god. You want me to make a vid out of this VOD? You better watch the vids, right? I didn't even watch them. I haven't. I've just been watching something for background noise. I was just talking. I don't even think this is a video, honestly, because I started talking about one thing, and then I started talking about one thing, and then I started talking about one thing. It's like so unorganized. It's not even a video. I don't even think it's a good discussion because I didn't even say fucking shit right. I'm just like, I think I'm just tired. I don't know. It was like so unorganized. I like got to the point and I like made it make sense for everyone in chat, and they said it made sense, but it's just not like said in a like concise way at all. I don't even think you should make a video. I'm like actually over it right now. It was a chill stream, exactly. Because I just wanted to speak. Because I haven't spoken for like a month, and I'm literally like leaving tomorrow. So this is my one day to like say anything at all. I just kind of wanted to say hi. Kind of ruined the video, the video dream. But yeah, I wasn't watching any videos that had any relevance to what I was doing at all. You don't know if you want to go to Gateway? I'm going to Gateway, bitch. You better go to Gateway. You should make a channel just to post VODs. I don't know. I don't know. Pompey wanted to team. That team is so ass. Palubeo is just like not it. It's like okay. It's better than like Palubeo. I mean Peach Beo or like Peach Palu for sure. But it's not like good. A Brawler Beo? Oh, that one's good. That one's actually good. It's actually so good. No channel needed when you can make a playlist of them. I guess so. You can't edit Moobot, only Mute can. Can you make it a Nightbot command and then I can just delete the Moobot one? Or whatever? Did I talk about the Meister drama? I don't know why I would talk about it. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, it happened. Like, do you want to know my thoughts on, like, something? I don't know. I'm not really, like... I don't know. He's kind of been doing that sort of thing, honestly. So, like, it's not, like, new to me. Moobot. Wait, I don't even know how to delete the Moobot. I think Beastly got really nervous versus me. Like, really nervous. I'm just so surprised I went so hard on that spare. Like, why was I... That spare and me were going places. I low-key wanted to buy it off the dude, but I was just like, okay, let me return my rented fucking Pokemon. Let's learn Game Watch together. No, yeah, I'm about. My opponents low-key deserve worse. I got so much. I've just been getting so much shit thrown at me for the past month. Like, so much shit. So many grenades, so many projectiles, so many, like, things. And I'm just like, wow. You all want to get bucketed so fucking badly. So badly. You deserve worse. You actually deserve worse. I've been thinking about it. I'm about to play the red game and watch. It's coming. Bayo. It's just so, like, I could. Is it really time for the Bayo? It's just like, I don't know. Something about like Game Watch, me playing Game Watch makes me feel so sadistic, and I like love it. Cause like I only play this character out of like legit like anger, and it's a good troll character for me. Cause when I play like Shulk or like some of the other like broken characters, I get too like trolly, just cause I can't take it seriously. But Game Watch is so troll that like it works, like cause I get so like troll that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stand here and spam smash attacks or something like that. But it actually works with Game and Watch. Like I can actually stand there and like up smash 4 times in a row, and it's like fine to do so. Or I can like up B dare, up B dare, up B dare, and it's like, yeah, you're fine. Like playing Game Watch just makes me feel so like, I don't know. It's just funny. Like at some point I'm just laughing. I'm like, it's funny. Guys, I don't know if I can play Bayo like that. It's just so, I don't know. I do want a different character for just doing random shit. It would be nice if I like took Bayo seriously again and it worked out for me. I could do it. It just takes a lot of time. And it's just not as broken as Game & Watch. Did I hear about the Meister drama? I was literally there. Would strike Lima back. That shit is so unfair. It's actually like, no, I lucky hate Bayo. She's actually like a jank cheese master. You know the funniest thing Lima said to me, and I will not stop calling him? It was like one time he was like down bad and he like lost or something like that. And he was like, I think he was like talking about how he was getting like beat up in neutral and how he only wins because he like kills people. And then he just started like, he was like half like fake crying or whatever like that. And it was like right after he lost at like a big event we were at. And he was like, I can't believe it. My region just loses to me and I'm just a glorified Luigi. And I will not stop calling him glorified Luigi. Especially now that I just keep fucking dying to like Witch Strike or whatever. So now we delete Mubot. Do you know the input I have to do for that? Or like what the command for me? Oh, Bear, for the YouTube, I didn't want the YouTube to link my channel. I wanted it to link my latest video. Go to Mubot. Okay. I don't know, guys. I think about Game Watch, I'm just like, wow, you guys deserve worse. I would love to just sit there and do nothing. Because when I play Shulk, I'm literally there like, okay, I'm gonna, like, I can't, because I just start thinking too much, and it's just a problem. Whereas Game Watch, it really can't get that deep. Because with Steve too, there's too many options, and I'm just like, yep, I'm gonna block here, I'm gonna NBC this, I'm gonna down tilt, and then I'm gonna jump off, and then I'm gonna cart, I'm gonna jump out, and then I'm gonna anvil, and then with Shulk, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna speed mode, I'm gonna run around, I'm gonna nair, and then I'm gonna like hit them out here, And then I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna four throw them like at like the ledge, and then I'm gonna go out with jump art, and I'm gonna like cut off all their options, and then I'm gonna go smash mode, and I'm gonna nair, and it's gonna cover all their options. So they're gonna nair dodge it, and it's gonna linger all the way around, and my smash mode nair is gonna kill them. Yup. And then I'm gonna get hit, and then I'm gonna shield mode out of it, and then I'm gonna drop shield mode, and then I'm gonna switch into smash mode, and I'm gonna reverse them off the kill. Yup. Like I'm just like my shulk is just like in my head. I'm just like, yes, I can do this. You know what I mean? There's just too many ideas in my head. You know what I mean? Like I can't have that many ideas in my head. Like, I can't play a character that can even let me enact these ideas, because if I can, it's just a problem. It's just a big problem. I don't want to watch this game. Like what? You got chaired? Okay, I don't care. My opinions on Bowser. Japan has the right idea with that character. He's a pretty good character. He has like insane control, and like he just like has win conditions on ledge and like forces options too. Really efficient too. Bowser's pretty good, like really good actually. But you have to like actually have a idea of like what to cover. Who's the most fun person you fought in bracket? And what bracket? Like LTC? I didn't fight anything fun. I think my bracket for LTC was literally like Piranha Plant, Piranha Plant Steve. My bracket was literally Piranha Plant Steve, Diddy, which is fine, I guess. Game and Watch. I didn't Diddy, and then Me Gunner, Me Gunner. I don't get fun brackets ever. But like, that's not like my opponent's fault. That's just like the game we play. Like most of the people who are playing characters nowadays that are like in good positions are playing the insane characters. Cause like again, like that was my bracket for like LTC, which is like a freaking regional. It was literally like a regional. It's just like okay, like what that's what I made my characters were: Piranha Plant, Steve, Me Gunner twice, Diddy, and then it's just like, look at me now, Meta Knight. That's fine. Sora, Cloud, Sonic. Like what? Get away from me! What the fuck? Get away from me! Go away! Didn't I have a Crom? Oh yeah, I did play Crom. I lied. I did play Crom. I forgot about that. What do you think of Gunner after playing Capitancito? So I had this like idea in my head where I was like, I think this character is like broken, and then like I fought it, and then I was like, okay, this character can't approach. So like once you take the lead, if you just like dodge, it's kind of annoying because there's a lot of shit everywhere. But like I'm pretty good at dodging, so like for me it wasn't that hard because I'm used to dodging cart anvil, swing cart anvil, swing block cart anvil. So like missile charge shot nade thing floor thing was like not too hard to dodge. And like it's not good at like forcing an issue. It's just like what are you gonna do? Run up and like I don't know, you know. And then it's just like the character also can't handle pressure too well. Like when someone shield grabs like that, the way Capitancito does, it means a lot because like the fact that he was shield grabbing like that means he has to. Because that's not like the best response you want to do towards pressure all the time. But it's like the nair out of shield is slow. And he doesn't really have anything else, so it's just like That's what zoners should be, though. Honestly, it felt more like a Smash 4 matchup where I was like, okay, well, once you get in, you can actually fight them, and I was like, that's what zoners should be. Like, it's actually wrong that like you get in on Pac-Man, you get frame 3 nared off of you or whatever. It's just like, okay, I guess. Like, I don't know. Pac-Man Fair is actually like a better boxing tool than most like normal characters have. So I don't know. What characters do I enjoy playing against? I like. I don't know. I'm pretty neutral on most characters, but some characters are just like genuinely unenjoyable. I think like out of like the 80 man cast, I think like 10 or like 15 are just like really unenjoyable to me. Like most, because most of the styles you're gonna play anyways, no matter what the character is, it's gonna be like really like slow. And I felt like I don't mind a slow game, but it's just like some characters are just so not fun to play against. So not fun. It's like 15 for me. 50. I think 15 characters are just so lame to play against. And it's for different reasons too. Like some of these characters are not good, but they're just lame. Like so lame. Like Banjo is not even like broken. Like when I lose to Banjo, it doesn't even make me feel like Banjo's good. I'm just like, dude, Peach is shit. Cause like characters like Duck Hunt, it's like not because Duck Hunt's good. It's just Peach is shit. Like that shit doesn't work against normal characters. Like I like how the Banjo did good versus me and Yumeki and beat both of us. And then he fought Akola and literally got blown out so badly because you can't even play the fucking game. Versus like Steve as Banjo. Like as soon as the Banjo player fought anything like strong, like he can't play the game. He just can't play the fucking game. And it's like sure, that's good because Banjo has like specific things that work on like my character and like a few other characters too. That's great. But it's just like, okay, let me just fucking click Palu and now here we are. And it's like that's fine. That's always how my character's been. It's like, yeah, I've been known like I fucking the Duck Hunt Peach is literally fucking unplayable. So fucking unplayable. And yeah, I just queued up into the best one and I was like, okay, that's cool, I guess. Um but yeah, no, like characters I like fighting against, I'm pretty like neutral on all of these. Like I wouldn't say I particularly like enjoy a lot of these characters, but I think a fun one is like Greninja's fun. I think Greninja's a pretty fun character to play against. I don't know. Most of these are pretty like whatever. Lucina's pretty fun to play against. Meta Knight's cool. Pal's fine. I don't know. I don't know. Now that I think of it, honestly, it's Loki just not a fun game. Like, because I think I just enjoy playing my character. And like anytime I have like interactions, most characters I'm neutral on, it's more so up to the player if I'm having fun or not. Like even if it's a slow game, if like it's intellectual and like I enjoy the interactions, I'll have fun. And that's just it. But in terms of like just like the character making it fun, that's just not how it works for me. Um so like I think it's more so up to the player if I have fun more than like the character. You know what I mean? Hex, hi. Thank you for the prime. But for the most part, the only characters like that genuinely make it just unenjoyable, no matter who it is, it's just unenjoyable. It's just like Banjo's unenjoyable. I don't think Samus is unenjoyable. Dude, have you ever played friendlies with a Samus player? It is actually so lame. You can't have fun. There's no moment to have fun. Charge shot will actually just shut you down no matter what you are even thinking of doing. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my! Uh, 20 gifted? Hex. Oh my god, Hex. Thank you so much. You're crazy, Hex. I just, I don't know. You make my heart feel some type of way. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. It's like it's like heartburn, but like in a good way. You know? It's just like a lot of pressure right here. I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, 10 more. That one scared me. That one scared me. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I don't think Giddy won. Giddy still didn't get lucky. You kind of got ended. 30 and you still didn't get one. Money jump scare. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. What? Wait. Oh my gosh. You still didn't get one? I think it's wait, cause you don't you have one? Like I don't know. Oh my gosh, Hex, thank you for 50 more. It is literally insane. You're so crazy. Oh my gosh. Now I have to win BOBC. I gotta show out for you, Hex. I'm gonna show you something. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, what now? What do I do with myself now? Am I just supposed to keep going? Like, what now? Like, oh my god. That was crazy. Do I have a notification? Where's the mute pog? Can you clip it for me? Oh, what was I saying? Oh, I remember now. Okay, so like Banjo just makes the game like I think Ices makes the game really you know. I personally enjoy playing against Game & Watch, but it's kinda interesting. Hexer rant. Min Min is one of the ones where it's just like this is not it. This is not it at all, guys. I don't like Lucario. I just don't like Lucario. It's just not it. Pac-Man is one of those too. It's just so interesting. Sonic is just insane. And that's it. Everything else is pretty whatever to me. Playing against Game & Watch makes me want to never play Smash again. Well, see, I felt like that, and then I just like grinded against it really hard, and I was just like, all right, whatever, this will be my new thing, and that's just my thing. I was like obsessed with fighting Game & Watch, and I was like, okay, well, at some point, like once I learned it, like every in and out, I was like, it feels okay, I guess, maybe, sort of, not really. But like some of these other characters, it's just Sora, it's just like, dude, when the Sora player just goes on their stage and starts shooting spells, or like you hit them at all, and it takes like 8 seconds for them to recover because the character's just so slow. It's just so boring. Like it's just so boring. Ness is the cutest. I actually like Ness a lot. I actually love the Mother series. A character you should have a good matchup against, but you don't. you struggle with personally. That would probably be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm like bad at matchups that are like okay. Like if I don't like it in a way like that, it's probably not great. Cause I guess the biggest thing I could say is that I don't like Ike, but I think Ike does good, so I don't think that's like accurate to say. You know? Like I think I can actually fight back. Whereas like some of my other people were like, oh, Ike is like you beat Ike or something like that. But I think Ike is like even. It's really hard. I used to play like Earthbound like once a year. I did that for like 5 years straight. I actually just love running through that game. The enemies are so like they're so fucking violent. I don't know. Like every single time I run through that game, something weird happens to me, and I'm just like, what the hell? Like one time, the Diamond Dog just diamondized like two of my people in the same attack, and I was just like, oh, okay, okay. And then I just like died. I was like, what the hell? Or like sometimes like doing the second boss is like hard because you just keep getting mushroomized over and over, and sometimes you don't. No, that game, Jason, if you did that like that, it would be insane. You would actually go crazy. My favorite single player game, um, I don't know. It's definitely like the RPG genre, but it's just like hard to call like my favorite RPG. I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. Hopefully you'll have time to play Tears of the Kingdom. I actually won't have time to play that until like, cause after this tournament. So this is where am I? What am I doing? Oh, okay. So we're here, and this is tomorrow my flight. So I'll be in BC from here to here, and then I'll finally be here like this day, and then I'm gonna buy a flight for Gateway Legends for this day. So I literally have to come home for 2 days again, and then I get to leave, go to Gateway Legends, come back, and I think I have a week off. I want to say, but I might be wrong. I think I'm going to France like this day or this day. One of these days is France. I know this for sure. Oh my fucking god! Actually, this cannot be happening to me right now. I actually belong on a psych ward for like my schedule right now. There's no way I'm doing this right now. Can't believe I did this to myself. What are my thoughts on the Bayo 3 ending? It's just like it was weird, but I kind of get it, and I had to like look into it more. But it's also just weird. It's like really weird. I liked it when I like saw it. It like feels good as like a fan or whatever, but it's also just like doesn't make sense. Single player games are either Red Dead. I played the Skyrim mod Enderall. You know, I've never played Skyrim. Weird overall, or weird in a good way? Like weird overall. He was making Bayo cool again. Thoughts? It's my impact. My impact. I actually like taught him so many things to do, and he's just like doing them now. And then he just like he's been learning from me and Salem and like doing his own thing too, and like it's just been getting really crazy, really crazy. Should I play Bayo? Skyrim's for people who have hairy toes. Is that like a good thing? I have to like be specific if that's a good thing. I don't know if it is. The gifted something is still going. Yeah, it's like actually insane. It's actually insane. I have hairy toes. How dare you be correct? Oh, he actually clocked you. He actually clocked you so hard. Should I play Bayo, guys? Is that my character? Been sitting in my face all along? Bayo? Would I ever play ZSS? No, she's too finicky. I hate the way all her moves just like fail all the time too much. That it just pisses me off way too much. Like way too much. What is this qualifier? Play who you enjoy playing. That's not the point of the assignment. Inshallah, which time? Inshallah, which time? I'll have to ask Timmy what that means. Mia MK Leo, Spargo Sonics, Tweak Light again, a Cola Riddles. Actually, I don't think I've seen a Cola Riddles for a while. Oh my god, if Gluto Mia had to fight, he would just get destroyed. Poor Gluto. Riddles Shuton. Light Onin. Sonic Yoshidora. Huh. I wish Lima could go to BOBC5. He could have, he just didn't want to. Do I enjoy fighting my mains? My main two, yeah, I do. Peach and Palu, I don't mind fighting them at all. I think the Peach Ditto is pretty fun, but fighting Lima's Bayo as of now has just been pissing me off. It's like so annoying. Like actually so annoying. Uto beat me last time they played. When did they play? You just like the seating? No, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bandana Dave, like a lot of these things are like runbacks. I don't know why they want like runbacks that much. I know, Fanel. I taught him to be that annoying. It's so sad. It's so sad. I was like, you should just do this like me and then just be really fucking annoying. And then he's doing it to me, and I'm like, wait, stop. I didn't mean it. You would turn against your own? Leave me alone. Yeah, I just don't like how many like runbacks there are. They just really are obsessed with like certain things happening in this bracket. Like they really just want certain things to happen here. I can't believe it's still going. Oh my god. It's actually incredible that it is still going. Yeah, no. A lot of these are like Genesis runbacks. Like Spargo Sonics played at Genesis and like other stuff like that. Where it's like Sonics doesn't even like interact with any of these Japanese people. So why is he seated to play into like Spargo when like he could play like one of these rare visitors? I don't know. Do I money match at majors? Sometimes. Sometimes. Depends if I'm in the mood. It's like really like I'm pretty focused on bracket sometimes. Like preparing for my enemies and stuff like that. So I just like specifically like it helps me to like only play against that character. So I'd probably be really like grinding with someone who plays that character rather than like money matching random characters and stuff like that. But like sometimes I do, especially if I lose early, then I just do that instead. You're gonna go to bed? Have to take your cat to the vet. Super early, top-notch work. Thank you. Night Hex, thank you so much for the subs again. Gifted subs. Have a nice night, and I hope your cat is okay. If that's like had the type of visit, hopefully it's just a little checkup. Bonren, thank you for the prime. Hi Bonren. Are you gonna compete in La Odyssey? Yeah, apparently, did they announce it or something like that? Sparko got owned at Genesis. Yeah, Sonic's kind of beat him up like really hard. Me calling them enemies. That kind of just came out of my mouth. That came out of my mouth really bad. I did not mean to say that word, but I did say enemies. I did not try to say that. I don't know. Should be an interesting weekend, guys. Should be an interesting weekend. I just really I got my controller today and I think it should be pretty comfy to use. So I have a lot of preparation to do, but I think this bracket run is doable. And fighting these two type of styles right here beforehand, if I can beat both of these, I should be ready for this again. And I already have some ideas what's going to happen. Honestly, this part is like just a check to make sure I'm playing well. This is a test. Spargo's definitely going to be a test again. But this is just like a trial and a half. Like, dude, if I beat Sonics, low-key beating Sonics is like one of my goals. There's like, I have like one win on like most people now that like had good records on me. There's just a few more people I need like a sets on, and I'll just be like happy after. Like I need a set on Sonics. I need a set on T. I need a set on T, like so badly. And I want a set off Tweak, and then I low key have like most of them. No, I don't have a Tweak win. That's the thing. What are you seated if you're not facing Spargo? What do you mean if I'm not facing Spargo? I'm seated like 17th, 18th or something like that. Yeah, no. I don't think there's gonna be many upsets in my section, so I think this is honestly how it's gonna be, like this run. Like I just don't like is this I haven't really watched this Luigi besides like the two times he's played Bloom and the time he beat Gluto. But it's just like, is he there's no way he beats Spargo. Like, oh Luigi can't beat Spargo. That's not how it works. So it's just I don't really see like upsets happening in this like section of the bracket for anything to change for like my purposes. Like okay, maybe base mage beats Luigi or whatever, or maybe like I don't know. Maybe like this is like the only upset I can see happening. Like maybe base mage beats Luigi, but then it's just like base mage isn't beating Spargo. Probably not, anyways. Maybe so. I don't know. Probably not. But like I'm pretty sure that's just the run. A cloud in his region, but it's not Spargo. Yeah, I don't know. Yep, don't ask me, JJ. I don't know why. Pac-Man has that, but you know, it's just that's just it. So I guess that's all. Um. All right, guys, mark my words here and now. If Sonics loses, I said it first. This is low key not easy for him. Like so not easy that like I think I have a better chance of doing this than he does. And that's saying something because I think Sonics is like way more built for these bracket runs and beating more people than me. But just these specific opponents, I think he'll have more trouble with than I will have with this for some reason. Not doubting Sonics, just these this selection of opponents is very interesting to me. Very interesting. And for some reason I really want to watch this. I don't know why, I just really want to watch it. Do I have a solution to not run out of energy like I did at Genesis 9? Um well, for one, I got trolled. So hopefully like I can just hope for no trolling. So for Genesis, they told us to report for top 8 at 4 p.m. And I had been playing, you know, like 10 a.m. and 12 all weekend, right? So obviously my body is gonna want to wake up at like 11-ish, 12-ish, right? So I try to sleep in even more, you know, to accommodate for the later timing. So I get up at 2 and then I'm warming up. I'm like, okay, time to warm up because they said be there, like get ready to play at 4. And then they had melee doubles on top 8 and then it ran late. So they had like they literally didn't start top 8 till like 7, I want to say. And I was told to report at 4, by the way. And like to play, not just report, like check in, like to play. That's when they said top 8 would start, and it started like 7 and or like 8 or something. It was lucky 8 because the thing is, when I was playing Grands, I didn't realize it. It was past midnight. It was 12:30 something when I looked at my phone at some point. And I was like, wait, that's not right. That's like just wrong for them to do. Like I shouldn't be playing at like past midnight. That's just like freakishly wrong. Um so yeah, that was that. But also, yeah, I need to like snack a little better and do some other things better. Like I have like a periodical snacking like method that I do now that helps me a little more. So yeah. And also the main thing is I couldn't breathe properly at Genesis. I don't usually have problems with like nerves and stuff like that, but I had a panic attack. Just from the pressure. Every single time I won, I got like more like nervous because I was like closer to like winning. And I never had like a panic attack ever before or like had like bad anxiety like that, but it actually got me. And I was backstage just like hyperventilating. So I worked on my breathing between Genesis and Summit. So if you see me take a deep breath, it's a very practiced breath with like a whole like motion. Did you miss any wisdom? Here and there, yeah. Look at this one. BOBC is the one. All right, Ethan, we're gonna work together. We're gonna make sure this is the one. Where are you? I think you're on the other side. What is your bracket? Let's just see. They gave you a kind of scuffed bracket for LTC. I'm not gonna lie, but you're also playing bad. I didn't want to say that to your face, but when we were warming up before you played Shu, you were playing really bad. I'm not gonna be honest. You just let me like you were like had me in disadvantage, and I just kept diving you out of the air, and I was like, that's not you. You usually like perfect upper like punish every single one, and I just kept diving you, and it just kept working. And I was like, oh, it's over. Don't lie to you. I don't want to say it. Like, we finished playing, warming up, and you're gonna go play your match. I'm like, okay, good luck. You're playing like shit. Like, okay. I don't know. It was just bad. I was like, this is not you at all. So when you lost, I was like, I don't think you should lose that, but like, it makes sense granted how you were playing. Wait, where are you? What? Huh? Am I blind? What's happening to me? Hello? Was it on the other one? It was on that one? Oh wow, you ended me. I actually am just so fucking blind. Oh, bitch. Not a snake again. Snake again. Tweak? Tweak. Hmm. Hmm. I would like to see it. I would like to see it. This side of bracket is more interesting. See, a lot of nonsense can happen over here. Like, Meister could just lose to Ferps, honestly. Big D could lose to Mr. E. Like, a lot of random things can happen here. Yeah, this part of the bracket is way cooler than mine, honestly. Mine is so lame. This is, like, interesting. Like, Shiny Mark Tarek, I can go either way. A lot of exciting matches, you know? Neo Capitancito. I think Neo's gonna clear, but, like, I don't know. Neo Gluto should be hot. I love. Oh, I can't wait to see Neo play. What does it feel like to fight Tweak? It's like you're playing a like you're taking a math quiz and like you have like the whole class to do it, and then it just takes a really long time, and you're just like sitting there. Yeah, this is one of the like most stacked things in a while. I was gonna say something else, but it's just like during my tests in school, I would just like fall asleep, which is what I was saying. Like I don't get like anxious a lot, dude. When I was going to school with people, people would get like I don't know. They would just be like sitting in there, like it's like it's supposed to be silent, and you just hear like, and they're just like they're just bouncing their leg against the fucking desk, like, boom, 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 like, and then everyone's just like looking at them, like, oh my god, like people were just having like panic attacks like during tests, like, oh my god, I have to pass, even though they're like just like perfect A students or something, perfect A students or something. But like me, I would like fall asleep, wake up with like 20, 30 minutes left, and just like take my fucking test after or some shit. I don't know. Every time I took a history test, I actually fell asleep, and I wasn't trying to, but it was like first period. It's like 7:20 a.m. on the dot. All right, here's your fucking like history test, 7:20 a.m. Like I'm tired as fuck. I can't like control it. I just kept falling asleep. Am I coming to CEO? Should I do it, Jules? Should I do it? Me and Nick were thinking about not going just because it's like we heard like Riot and like a bunch of other people weren't going just because it costs so much and it's like Daytona and stuff like that. And like once I heard so many people weren't going, I was like, should we even go? I don't know. You think I should go? Shook your table with his leg during a test. You felt violent. Yeah, no, it's just I don't know. For me, I'm just like, can you calm down? Smash players, school stories are so funny. Dude, I have way more stories than that. It's not even funny. I have such like bad stories, honestly. Which CEO was bigger for Smash? The Steve thing killed it for a few. Can I like just see? Can I even see like the what's going on here? I don't think CEO lets you look. June, end of June. Yeah, you can't see this shit. There's no attendees thing. I just Hmm. Imagine me falling asleep in the middle of a set. Can you imagine? Biology first period, I had to be up at 7:45. Oh my god, some of the rooms, my chemistry room was the coldest room I've ever even like conceived. Like I just did not believe it that it could be that cold. I was like, I know it's like I don't know, so to stop the spread of germs, but like bitch, the germs are cold too. Like can we calm down? Like it's just too much. I can't see the like attendees. Like I don't know if it's lit or not. Do I go? Like I just don't know if this is the thing to do. What time did y'all's high school start? I need to know this because my high school started at 7:20. So that means I had to be up at like 6 something, which is like what? I went to other states and I found out some people start school at like 9 or some shit. And I was just like I'd get out at like 4 or something. 7, 7:40, 7:20, 8 a.m., 7:45, 8, 7:45, 8, 9:30. Bitch, 9:30? 9:30? 8? 8? If I had 40 more minutes, I would low-key be unstoppable on those tests. But like 7:20 is just pushing it. It's just pushing it. 9:30 sounds bougie as hell. I think it's like a California thing. I'm pretty sure they like but like I don't know cuz I heard they like go to school at 9 and then get out at 4. And like I kind of like getting out at 2 cuz like you kind of like can still do something in the afternoon. 4 is like too much because like 2 was good for me cuz I could still go to like a local and they're kind of far for me when I was in school. Like 4 I would have no time. What time would you sleep? Right? Yeah. At 6:30 after getting up at 6 a.m. with at least 4 hours of homework. I had so much homework. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. One of my core memories is when I was writing my college essay and like we had to turn it in like that night and like me and my friend Loki just started and it was like 1 hour to turn it in and we had just started or like some shit like that or like we weren't even close to done. I don't know if it. I don't know exactly what it was, but it's like if it was 1,000 words, which it totally wasn't, we were at like 10 or some shit. Like it was like 10% done. And it was like 1 hour till, and we were literally just on FaceTime, like typing at the same time in complete silence. And at some point, we just started crying and laughing at the same time, like on FaceTime. And we were just like dancing while crying and like fucking like laughing. It was such a core memory for me. Like I will never forget that. To me and Giddy want a spot on the BOBC limo to the boat. Yes. Yes, Samuel. Yes. Of course I do. Like, don't even ask me, Samuel. Like, if there's something being provided, I want it. That's just how it is. I expect my ride to bin floor, by the way. See you soon. We're going to bin 4. Oh, we have to take Shattuck, by the way. I told Shattuck he needs to eat bin 4, so he should come too. Yeah, I'm landing Wednesday. Let's go. I need that salad again. I need that salad so fucking badly. I actually think about that salad all the time when I'm just sitting and I'm gonna get hungry and then the acid hits my throat and I'm just like, wow, I really wish I had that strawberry cream cheese salad. Or not cream cheese, it's just like it was like feta. Some people in school were just so different to me, so different. There was this dude I went to high school with in senior year and like so tell me how we get to school at 7:20 and he like would go to the gym at like 5 a.m. and then go home and then shower. Like how do Like, what is like some people are just so different. Like their lives are so different. I'm waking up, mind you, so I live like 30 minutes away and it's 7:20 and you have no idea how many tardy passes I signed because I pull up and I drive into the parking lot at like 7 like 30 40 because I'm just late all the time because like one little traffic thing or one whatever and I'm just like fuck. Damn it again. So it's just like I'm waking up at like 6:40 and I'm like, yeah, I can get ready in 10 minutes and leave the house at 6:50 and drive and get to my school at 7:20 and run in the door. But then it's just like this dude is really sitting there and I can tell he just showered, like telling me he's waking up at like 5 or like 4:30 or some shit, makes his fucking breakfast, his little protein fucking breakfast, and then he eats his breakfast and goes to the gym from 5 to 6 for an hour, drives back home, takes a shower, and then drives to school, and then he's here? Like, what do you mean? What? What do you mean? How do you have that much energy? And then it's just like, yup, 7:20, let's sit down, take this fucking test. What? It's a flash flood? They're not canceling that. School is so bad with traffic. Dude, it just depends like what like street your school is on. My old school, like it had like 2 lanes. So it's just like that one road got super duper congested. Like every morning and every like time like people were leaving school and stuff like that. Like actually the worst. There's a guy in my grade who always wore a suit to class. Oh my god. I don't know. People are just so like different, you know what I mean? Like I know I'm a freak. I'm just a weird freak. Like when I talk to normal people, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fucking freak. But like some people are just so differently different, you know? That's a interesting concept to me, Bandana Dave. People canceling school for snow. What do you mean? By the way, I came from Florida. It don't snow. If the buildings and the power aren't out from a hurricane, nothing's getting canceled. I can't believe like sporadically. And the thing is too about a hurricane, you know it's coming. So it's just like I can't believe you wake up and sometimes it's like, damn, I didn't do my fucking homework. I gotta go in, and it's just like then you just get saved by the snow. It's like, all right, guys, you wake up, school's canceled. Like what? Can you imagine getting saved by like snow days or whatever? Just being like, oh wow, and then everyone runs outside. My idea of a snow day is like all of the ones they show on like TV, where it's just like, okay, guys, and they just run outside and everyone's playing in the snow like kids or some shit like that. Like, what do you mean? Snow is such a foreign concept to me. Your Spanish final? Oh my god. Spanish class made me like rage. Like actually rage. And Lebanon school got canceled for heavy rain? What? Do I play Overwatch? I play Overwatch too. I'm masters. Did you see me in a game? I saw someone with your tag and talked about your Reddit justice a while ago. How many years of Spanish did I do? So I was in like the IB program thing, and I actually had to take a year of Spanish every like year of high school. But the prerequisite to get into the IB program, you have to do 2 years of Spanish already. So the thing that happened to me is when I went to my high school, they put me in Spanish 3, but they made me take Spanish 2 over the summer, but I couldn't join the class in time or whatever like that. So I was taking Spanish 2 online as I was in a Spanish 3 class, and I had to keep begging the teacher to like not kill me because I literally haven't taken Spanish too. And the thing is too, I live in Miami, so most people take Spanish or like know Spanish because they're like everyone's Latin. And like it just pissed me off so much because no one tries in that class. Because like quite literally, they all speak Spanish already, and they just take Spanish because it's like the easy thing to do for them. Because everyone is like Latin and fucking like Miami. It was just so annoying because like I feel like the teachers weren't even good. It's just everyone else just fucking knew what to say already because they speak the language, and they're just talking, and I'm over there fucking struggling. And I was in the class of Spanish 3, basically failing while taking Spanish 2 online, and it was just the most infuriating shit ever. By the way, online classes actually pissed me off like so badly. I took online math, and I've never wanted to punch my computer so much harder. I don't know why. Math makes me mad already, but like online math just made, like was another level of like rage, so much rage. You think about Peach Sonic and you don't know Shield into spot dodge. It's just so like you think about it now, right? When I told you Shield spot dodge, you thought about it. You're like, yeah, that is like what we have to do. You've seen snow when you travel out of Florida. Yeah, I've seen snow. I just like I don't think I've gotten like fresh snow that I've like gotten a pile of. I've like touched a good amount of it, but you know, as soon as I saw it and I touched it, and then we were going like 5 miles an hour and the like driving, I was pretty over it pretty fast, honestly. You were an IB. I fucking IB, bro. I'm in Spanish 4 with a C when all other classes have an A. Online classes. You're Dominican and you had to take English. It was terrible. English is honestly so bullshit. Math online. Quebec schools are shit. Missed 2 days for bomb threats. What? I had a bomb threat in my elementary school when like bomb threats weren't even like I don't know that was like not even like a popular thing to do. It's like why would you put this bomb in my like I think they thought it was like in the projector of like the cafeteria. It's like okay. Okay, so my thing that happened to me is like the school I went to, I don't know, I had to keep taking math or whatever like that. And dude, math is probably my worst thing ever. Like after it got past algebra, it just started making me so fucking angry. Okay, geometry was easy, right? Geometry is really easy, and stats is easy too. But like, dude, once pre-calculus and calculus, I was just getting so mad because like it just seems so unapplicable if you don't want to do anything like in that like field. And I'm just like, dude, I fucking hate this, and it's just so like random. It doesn't even feel like I'm learning anything. It's just like remember the specific formula and follow the specific formula that is only for the specific thing, and then just do it perfectly like this and just memorize it. And it's not engaging. It's just like memory, and I'm just like, this is so dumb. Like, oh, okay, look at the fucking circle pie chart thing, and then just like follow the directions, and this is what it is, and then you plug this in here, and then you move all it. I'm just like, dude, if you don't get off me, it just made me so mad. It's just so mad. It's just like there's too many letters, and that's why I hated chemistry too. It's just like math with a bunch of like letters. I was just like, what is happening to me? And then quite literally, like I kept taking that class because I had to, and I was in calculus 3, and I was taking calculus 3 out of like in a high school class, but my high school teacher was a college professor. So I gave it to like my friend who like teaches and like tutors that, and she loves math. And she was like, "What the fuck is your teacher giving you? This is like way too advanced for like a high school like whatever class because he's a college professor and he was giving us hard ass questions. And like you don't know how debilitating it is because my broke ass was not paying for no like math way like fucking answers or like that. But you don't know how debilitating it is to sit there in the fucking math class and cheat and still not be able to fucking finish the thing because the quizzes he would give us were literally 2 questions, and we our whole period was that like a whole like 90-minute period for 2 questions. And I can't fucking do it. And he doesn't even look at us because he's a college teacher. He's not looking at us. I have all of us have our fucking phones out, and I'm literally just looking there. I'm like, what the fuck is this? 2 questions, 90 fucking minutes. I can't do this shit. It was like long as hell. And I was like, holy shit. Like I was literally writing an essay. Like the question is literally one whole page. And it's just like you flip over the page to do the whole fucking question. I was like, this is not real. It's just not real. You get one wrong, you fail. Yes. Two fucking questions. Do that shit right. So evil. Like what? And sometimes even when the questions were like four, you get one wrong. I got a C. I was like, dude, what do you mean? You've been cheating on your Spanish. Doesn't get a 16. And that's crazy because they got real good translations nowadays for these like things you can just like talk into even or like scan things and show like translated what the sentence is and stuff like that. Party in Calc 3. Okay, you know why I struggled so hard in Spanish too? I think in Spanish 1, my middle school, dude, that teacher, she tried so fucking hard in the beginning. She was so angry. She raged at me like the first like few days we were in Spanish because I just like I don't know, Spanish is so hard for me. She raged so hard. And then I feel like 3 weeks into teaching it, something broke her. She just stopped caring. And every single week from that point on, our assignment was to like make a poster about like a Latin American country and just make a poster about it about like their economy and like whatever else is going on in there and just like learn about the country and then like bring food from that country and we just had a potluck every fucking week. And like it just basically turned into like us just like I don't know doing like a bunch of bullshit on like Monday, Wednesday, and then every Friday or Thursday if like you know the blocks switched, we were just having food parties. And we just gave up. We were just having fucking food parties and being like, "Hey, this is my country. And this is what they do. This is what they sell. This is what they like do in this country." And like, "Hey, and these are some croquetas. All right, guys." And then you just pass them out and we just all eat or some shit. I don't know. And I didn't learn shit, so it was just like, okay. Do you think the professor realized what he was doing? No, he was so unaware. He was so fucking unaware. He did not know. He just thought that was normal. It was so crazy too because we weren't supposed to. All right, guys, y'all can't tell. Y'all can't tell on me. We weren't supposed to leave school, right? Because like you know, like college professor gives you like a thing, and you can like take your test and like leave or whatever like that after you're done. I like the teacher like if you take a like test, you can like he just lets you leave the classroom. That's not supposed to happen. Like it's a fucking high school like classroom, right? If you take the test and you finish early, you can just leave. And that was my last period of the day. So quite literally, at some point, you know, I was in the like the plaza and I was like, does the teacher like check if we come back? And I just chilled in the plaza and like he doesn't and the school ended and we just left. So at some point I finished my test. I had 40 minutes and I said, yeah, I'm not down. And I quite literally got in my car and drove home. And I had so much anxiety. I was like, are they gonna check on me? And nothing happened. And it was fine. I literally drove home. School ends at 2:20. I was home by like 1:50 or some shit like that. And I was just like, okay. Isn't that illegal for the teachers to do? I think so, yeah. But like the school I went to was a mixed high school where it's like a special program of like dual enrollment. So it's like on a college campus. Were your parents there? No, my parents weren't there, so I just walked in. But my parents can see when I walk in the door, so there you go. They're like responsible for the students, so they have to watch them. Yeah, they are, exactly. So that's why it's not allowed, but like it just happened. Like nothing bad ever happened of it, but it's just like, okay. Like that's the thing too, since we went to a mixed like campus, we went to school with like college like kids. So what I did in high school is I went to in the morning, we had to go to like college classes, and then in the afternoons you take your like high school AP classes or whatever like that. So yeah. And then yeah, that's why I just like left. And then during the high school time, if you don't have a high school class, they're not like watching you. So a lot of times we would get lunch and we would just take our cars and drive off campus. And we weren't supposed to do that, but like we just did it. And we only ever got caught like once. And it was bad, but like it's not like they're gonna enforce it. You don't know how many pub subs I ate, how many times I went to like we were eating in a Casabana, we were just eating in a Cuban restaurant, just eating lunch. It was so much fun. Oh, it was great. Because like school lunch is just so like it was just so nice to just be able to like go and use your own money and just go buy some fucking good ass food. Sometimes it hit, you know what I mean? You're just having a bad day, and it's just too much. And you're like, let me just go treat myself middle of the day during school. It was just so good. Yeah, exactly. That checkers across the street was hitting. Is competitive Smash your job? Yes, it is. Sadly, here I am. Hey, hey, y'all. I didn't get along with any of my classmates and I was broke. Well, I mean, guess there's no reason to leave. Honestly, leaving was kind of a hassle too. I kind of just got in other people's cars though. Today's your final day of high school. Oh wow, people grow up. Did I play Smash in high school? Yeah, I did. It was like I was known for it. Shout out 26R. True. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat and watch more Blue Lock. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I just wanted to have a chill stream and just like check in. It's school ending season though, so hopefully it'll be cool when everyone ends school and like we get to see like people just graduating now. I don't know. It's just a cool time. Not that I'm doing it, but it's just an interesting time. I did get my associates, but it's just like I just stopped. I don't know. I never found anything I wanted to do, so honestly, props to the people that do know what they want to do or like are okay settling with something else because like I'm not. I'm just fucking miserable, I guess. When it comes to that, I went to school with people that were like, "Yeah, I want to be a brain surgeon," and then I still follow them on Instagram, and they're in their brain surgeon fucking courses, and it's just like, okay, you go, 16-year-old who knew what they wanted to do. I don't know. Everyone around me was so like motivated and like knew everything they wanted. It was very jarring to say the least. Girl was like, one of my friends, she was like, "Yeah, I want to be a criminal prosecutor or something like that." I was like, "Okay." And then here she is in her law course, in her law school. They just know. I don't know how they know, but they do. That's not something I possess. The way to know. Yeah, anyways, Nick's gonna bring me my food back. I'm gonna eat and watch Blue Lock and sleep again, and then I pack, and then I leave, and I cry. But yeah, hopefully BLBC will be good, and I can put on a good show because I fucking have a controller now. Literally the most infuriating thing ever, not having a controller. I was actually so anxious during LTC. I was just like playing roulette with controllers. It was so stupid. It's actually so stupid. It should not have been that hard. I shouldn't have been gone to like that many game fives. It's actually so ratchet. You see people from high school in your socials and forget some of them exist. Dude, the worst thing for me is when like I see people like you go to school with people, like I go to school with people, and then like I look on Instagram and they have fucking kids or they're married. What? Like, can you imagine? Like that's the thing, like the like the time of their life they're in. You know what I mean? Like they're married and they have kids, and like we're like 22, and they just have like multiple kids and stuff, and it just makes you feel so old. It's like what? Like we're doing that now? I don't know. Is that just me? Like it's just different to think about like people your age that you grew up with being in that time of their life. It's just so different. Like the lives we're like leading. All straight people do is get pregnant, have careers, and get houses. Something like that. Something like that. I just can't believe they're all married like that. It's just like what? Marriage. 21 marriage? Free will? Marriage? I don't know. Bitch, one of the people I know, they already got married and divorced. Like, okay, let's get active. Like, how'd you get married and divorced already? One of my friends got a baby daddy. She got a kid. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I don't know. Life is just so weird. They speed ran the steps. I don't know. It's just confusing to me. I just don't know. Like, I can never imagine myself being in the headspace where I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to get married, or like I'm ready to like have a kid. Like, not that I like can or whatever, but it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna like I want to have one now. I don't know. It's just 21. I feel like you could wait a little bit. Young parents is the best. I mean, that'd be cool that if you could talk to them. That sounds like better too. I mean, if you're certain, like I don't have anything against having kids at that age. It's just like weird for me to be like think about ever being in that headspace of being like 22 and willing to do that. It's just like different how different our lives are, I guess. But I'm the freak, so honestly, I'm probably just judging normal people. I'm judging normal people as a freak. I'm not allowed to speak honestly. Man standing alone. All right, guys. I'm gonna go get ready for BWC and prepare for this. I will try my best. My bracket is honestly ugly as hell. I'm gonna be honest, ugly as hell. But we'll see if I can finagle a little bit, while I'm on my little run. Anyhow, good night. See you. Thanks for hanging out.